has. And Vargas's first pitch. Just a little bit outside, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Brian Runge is the man calling balls and strikes tonight. 68 degrees here. After the first pitch, the attendance of the temperature announced, and the next pitch misses high. And the wind that we have is out of the west at 3 miles an hour, which means it's blowing in just a little bit tonight. And he finds the mark with a strike that time, 2-1.
As I mentioned, he doesn't throw real hard, Dave, but he's not afraid to pitch on both sides of his plate with his fastball, and I think that's served him very well.
There's another one, and a fly ball to deep left field, and going back to the warning track, the wall, and watching the ball bounce into the bullpen. Out there is Valentin, and Aaron Rowand has his 5th home run of the year. A rude start for Jason Vargas as he gives up the leadoff home run to Aaron Rowand.
They've had a hard time finding a leadoff hitter. Everybody's been scared of the spot. They put Rowand there, and he got 5 hits, as you mentioned, Dave, in the last 2 games. This is a guy that's put up 20, 25 home runs for a number of years in Philadelphia before coming to San Francisco. And he's got some juice, and he's hot right now.
Bounces right off the top of the wall on into the bullpen. So Rowand and the Giants with a 1-0 advantage. And here's Edgar Renteria taking down low. That's the first home run that Vargas has given up this year.
Yeah, he's pitched down the zone. He got in a fastball count, ball up. Pretty good home run hitter, hits it.
1-1. The Giants are in second place in the National League West, but a far second place. They're 9 games back of the Dodgers, who at the present time are running away with that division.
They seem to have survived without Manny.
Yeah, they seem to have done that, don't they?
Not that you wouldn't rather have him in there, but they've got some good players and good pitching.
And backing away from the strike that time, Edgar Renteria. That home run, by the way, by Aaron Rowand, only the 22nd home run the Giants have hit this year. They have a major league low 22 home runs. And a high towering pop up, and Jojima throws the mask away and down.
It was a pretty good read by Vargas. You saw him not really liking that inside fastball, doubled up, and were able to jam him and get a pop up.
You like interleague play, Bill?
You know, it's fun. It's fun to see the two leagues play against one another, but I don't like how it's kind of screwed up the schedule. I like seeing everybody twice. And,
yeah.
You know, I think that part of it's been taken away a little bit from the game. And the mystery, I think, has been taken away, too.
Pablo Sandoval, the switch hitter, is the hitter. The third baseman came up as a catcher, but he's playing third base right now. Changed nicely through.
And Sandoval, he's not going to get cheated. He'll swing. He is a very, very aggressive hitter. Of course, he's put up monster numbers in the minor leagues. Of course, 350 last year in his trial in the big leagues.
2-1 on Sandoval. And that's going to be souvenir for somebody off the first base side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This first weekend of interleague play is exactly that, as everybody gets back within their own league for about 2 or 3 weeks before the second interleague starts. Got it. So Sandoval is the second out, and Benji Molina, the catcher, will be the hitter.
Pretty good formula for success. You run that fastball in their hands and speed their bat up a little bit, throw that changeup, which he did beautifully right there. Nice combination.
a little outside. Last year, the American League had a record of 149 and 103 against the National League. And for the most part, the American League has dominated the National League in interleague play. It doesn't really mean too much of anything, except that I think that the American League is probably the superior league because of only one thing, and that's a designated hitter. It's more of an offensive league.
I completely agree with you. I think the American League is superior. And I think another factor, Dave, is the fact that Boston and New York hate each other so much. And they spend, and everybody else is just trying to keep up. So I think that's the factor the National League doesn't have.
Molina takes a 3-0 pitch, and that is a strike. 3-1. Speaking of Yankees and spending, they had their 9-game winning streak snapped by the world champions, the Phillies, 7-3. There's another deep drive into left center field, and this ball is going to be caught out there by Gutierrez, and the side is out. Leadoff home run by Aaron Rowand, and so the Giants are on the board. Good to have you with us. The Mariners coming up against a big unit.
Sweeney's your DH hitting 3. Vladimir Valentin in left field cleaning up. Russell Branyan, who's hit over 300 against left-handed pitching, at first base hitting 5th. Jojo is your catcher hitting 6th. Lopez at 2nd. Unieski Betancourt is your 8 hitter at shortstop, and Franklin Gutierrez hitting 9 in center field. On the mound, the unbelievable, the incomparable Randy Johnson returning to Seattle. The numbers not very impressive, but I think you can see the strikeouts per inning pitched are right on the money. Look at the defense for the San Francisco Giants. Lewis, Rowland, and Wren, left, center, and right. In the infield, Sandoval, Renteria at short, Burris at 2nd, and Richard really at first base. We didn't quite get there.
That's all right. That's all right. Randy Johnson, his first pitch misses to Ichiro down low and inside, ball 1. Pablo Sandoval in on the grass at 3rd, and Ichiro a fly ball to right field. And another ex-Mariner out there, Randy Wynn, makes the easy catch. So a couple of pitches, 1 down, and Adrian Beltre will be the hitter. Before the game this afternoon, quite a while before the game, I got here about 2 o'clock about every day for a night game, and went down and checked the lineups and did the Don Wakamatsu show for radio, and then talked to different guys. I wandered over to the Giant clubhouse to talk to Bruce Bochy, the San Francisco manager. Never did get to because he had the door locked. He had meetings. Adrian Beltre takes a strike on the outside corner, and who is sitting in the room down there looking at video but that man right there, Randy Johnson. And I looked in, he saw me, I saw him. I didn't know what to do because you just don't bother Randy Johnson on the day he pitches. He says, Dave, how are you? I said, Randy, I'm fine. How are you? We must have talked for a half an hour. I couldn't believe it.
I had the same experience. I came in probably about an hour after you. He was still in the same spot, absolutely cordial, asking tons of questions about all his old friends here.
Adrian Beltre takes the delivery down low and inside ball one. He has a bunch of friends here. As I mentioned, he's got some friends from the music business. Pearl Jam and Soundgarden are here tonight. Those guys are friends of his family. And Beltre takes down low. But he has some awfully fond memories. Of course, his wife Lisa's from here. Of about his days in Seattle. And we talked about the wonderful games in which he really blossomed and became a great pitcher. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he said he still thinks that his most effective pitching was the 2 months that he pitched for the Houston Astros after he left, when he went 10-1.
Yeah, they're incredible numbers. And he had really struggled in Seattle prior to that. He was 9-10 record with an ERA north of 4. And boy, he got down there and started breathing fire, and numbers they tell the story.
3-2 pitch and down low and inside with the slider. Used to call that Mr. Snappy. He used to wear guys' feet out with that pitch.
Yeah, he could throw it into your back leg and get you swing right over the top of that. And when he had it going, I mean, it was a Sandy Koufax-like thing. It didn't matter. 1 or 2. You really couldn't call the wrong pitch because they were both the best in the game.
An incredible physical specimen at the age of 45 and only 2 wins away from 300. And Sweeney taking a little bit outside ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Randy will become the 24th member of the 300 club when he gets 2 more W's. 1-0 on Sweeney. And a foul off the first base side and out of play. I said, how many times have you had an arm problem? Said, never. Said, I've never had an arm problem. I've had back problems, had knee problems. He said, but doctors tell me I have the shoulder and the elbow of a 25-year-old.
It's pretty frightening. Having pitched a fraction of the innings and pitches that this guy's thrown, and my shoulder and elbow certainly hurt, I'll tell you that much.
Never had arm problems.
Well, it speaks to the gift, and it speaks to his emphasis on conditioning and also on his mechanics. When Tom House got a hold of it, and Nolan Ryan, and they got him from flying off to the side of the mound, as you remember, with his fastball, and then it was just lights out after that.
Down low to him. As a matter of fact, Nolan Ryan probably had the biggest effect on his career when he gave him some instructions about landing on the ball of his foot instead of the heel of his foot. And during the offseason, he had not signed with anybody. Nolan Ryan called him and asked him if he would be interested in finishing his career with the Texas Rangers. He's president of the Texas Rangers. And Ryan said, sure. It's just the fact that they could never get together on the proper contract. And thus he ended up in San Francisco.
I didn't know that story, but it doesn't surprise me. There's such great mutual respect there between those two gentlemen, and of course had a huge impact on Randy's career. I remember I was here in '91, Dave, when he walked 152 guys and 144 walks in '92, as you remember. But then he sorted it out with House and Ryan.
2-2 pitch is popped up down the right field line, shallow. And Randy is over there, and he has both putouts here. 2 down. Randy, in his last start 5 days ago, did something that he never did before in his major league career against the New York Mets. And that was give up 4 consecutive hits to start a ball game. He had never done that. And last Saturday, the Mets jumped on him for 4 consecutive hits. Vladimir Valentin is the hitter now. And takes a strike on 1. Randy usually top out about that right there, about 94 miles an hour. I was talking to him about that, and he said, well, you know, these young kids that throw 94, you throw 94 miles an hour, you're throwing pretty well. I said, yeah, I throw 94 consistently, but not the 98, 99, and 100 I used to. And that slider is a strike. And 0-2 the count.
And there you see the spread on pitches. Slider 84, his fastball at 93. Talking to Mike Kukro, who does the color for the Giants, he says when he commands inside and he gets on top of his slider, that's when you know Randy's on his game. In the last 3 pitches, he's done that.
Down low with that sinker, 2-seamer. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, he's developed a 2-seamer. He throws it occasional split finger. You know, he's had to add to his repertoire, and he pays a ton of attention to scouting reports and has a huge book on history that he's had with hitters.
Almost threw it away. Randy's thrown as high as 168 pitches in his no-hitter against Detroit. As a Mariner, he threw 138 pitches. Here's UW's Tim Lincecum, the reigning Cy Young, National League Cy Young Award winner. He pitched last night. So there's strikeout number 1 for Randy Johnson against his ex-club. And here in the first, nothing doing. Man left, good to have him. 1-0 Giants after 1. More than ever. With Bill Kruger, Dave Niehaus. Mike Lowers has the evening off, and Randy Wynn will step in, the switch hitting right fielder for the San Francisco Giants, and of course a couple of years with the Mariners, and one of the more popular players with the Mariners, and very productive. Taking a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 the count. Real good guy to have on your team in the clubhouse.
Yeah, just real steady, real positive. He's been terrific as a Giant.
Well, he's from the Bay Area. And the breaking ball inside to him, so the count of the ball and a strike.
10 to 15 home runs, 300 hitter every year, give you, 10, 15 stolen bases. Good clubhouse guy, switch hitter. Yeah.
A ball and 2 strikes.
And he's been one of the hottest guys in the National League the last couple of weeks, hitting well over 400. And
that's going to be out of play also. The Boston Red Sox, who swept Toronto, slowed down by the Mets as the Mets beat them 5-3 today at Fenway Park. And a fly ball to center. Gutierrez, the easy play out there. Jesus Guzman is a designated hitter, and Guzman was just called up from Fresno yesterday. So Guzman the DH. Young man is from Venezuela and had a heck of a winter in Venezuela, playing in his native land, playing winter baseball. Named the Venezuelan MVP. Broke a record for RBIs in the winter at 67. There's a comebacker, and Vargas will turn around and throw him out. Made his major league debut last night down in San Diego. And Rich Aureli, another ex-Mariner. Step up to the plate. Really didn't have much luck here in Seattle. Then left and went back to the National League and had some success.
Of course, a great player with the Giants prior to that. Had a 37 home run year, a 200 hit season. You're right, he struggled here. Then he actually had a broken hand that they didn't diagnose. And quite over Cincinnati, got it going again, hit 300 one year, and back here in San Francisco, now playing all infield spots.
Takes a strike on a breaking ball.
Vargas has planted that changeup in their mind now, and he's crowding him with the fastball. He's got that rocking chair effect that, of course, Moyer's done so well his whole career.
Now back to our right. It just turned our way. Aaron Rowand, a solo home run to lead off the ball game. Cameraman, see when they're over next door. A high home camera. And a nice change that time, way out in front of it. And down goes Aureli. And 1, 2, 3 to Story, 6 in a row retired since the home run by Jason Vargas. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Giants. You've got to be the guy that picks a winner for the rally prize tonight with Mike off.
There's a lot of good signs out there. I love the guy that's got his 85th birthday. That's pretty impressive. I mean, I think you got to give that guy the award, don't you?
It's up to you.
Still wanting garlic fries? I think he's a gamer. I think that's the one we want.
All right. Down low and outside to Russell Brania. This guy's done a heck of a job, hasn't he, Brania?
I'll tell you, for a guy that was supposed to be a big swing and misser, he's shown pretty good plate coverage. He's hit left-handed pitching. He's hit the ball for power. He's hit the ball the other way. It's been terrific watching him.
And that's inside.
And with the rest of the power part of this lineup scuffling, he's been huge.
There's the strike. 3-1.
Well, I remember when Randy was on his game. Well, actually, not when he was on his game. Remember when he didn't have control, he was just frightening for left-hand hitters. I remember Roy Howell in spring training when he broke his hand. You know, I mean, and he could throw a ball at your head and then throw 3 sliders on the corner. Impossible to hit.
Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. He was a 130 game winner for the Mariners. Only Jamie Moyer one more. Came back and struck him out on a wicked slider that time. That was Mr. Snappy.
Well, I'll tell you, his last 2 sliders, the one to Ballantine and then this puppy, woof. That had some teeth. On 3-2, nonetheless. That's pretty good.
So Kenji Jojima now will try his luck with the big unit. I had an interesting question asked me down in the Giant clubhouse by a reporter. Strike on the outside corner. If the Mariners would ever to retire 51, whose 51 would it be? I said, well, the Yankees have number 8 retired twice. Bill Dickey and Yogi Berra.
There's a way. If the player's good enough, there's a way.
Two strikes on Jojima. And a little high chopper, and that's going to be a base hit. Jojima an infield hit.
Kenji just making contact, hits the plate. And there's no chance. That's right in the Devil's Triangle behind the pitcher's mound. Randy gives it a look, but no chance whatsoever, even with the average runner in Jojima.
Right off the plate, and Jose Lopez will be the hitter. Remember, Johnson pitched a perfect game at the age of 40 against the Braves.
Yeah, I was mowing my yard by the time I was 40. And I pitched pretty long into my career, so he's unbelievable. I went only 3 guys that have won 16 games 3 years after the age of 40. Cy Young and Warren Spahn and Randy Johnson.
Randy and Nolan Ryan, the only 2 pitchers in the history of the game to strike out 300 or more 6 years. I asked him, I said, well, is this it? I mean, do you want to pitch anymore? I mean, you're 45 years of age, and if you have a successful year, you will have won 300 games, obviously, or over 300 games. You're going to quit? And he said, I really don't know. I really don't know. And that ball is hit to deep left field and back to the warning track and the wall to make the catch back there is Fred Lewis. And scampering back to the bag at first, Kenji Jojima. He said the one thing that I do notice because of my age is it takes me a little bit more time between starts to really feel good than it used to.
Yeah, the challenge physically has got to be huge, and the commitment it takes to feel better is a lot. But he's such a warrior. He's an incredible warrior. People talk all about size and talent, but they don't talk a lot about the warrior mentality.
There's a line drive that's speared at first base in foul territory by Rich Aurelia. And here in the second, nothing doing. An infield hit by Jojima. He's left at first, and after 2, 1-0 Giants. Welcome back to Safeco Field as they continue to beg for fries. Bubba, one of the great guys in our booth. Yes, they want you to bring the fries out there. Right now, time for our Aflac trivia question. Nolan Ryan recorded 1,437 strikeouts after turning 40. Randy Johnson ranks third with 960 Ks. This is after 40. Who's second all time with 1,148 strikeouts after turning age 40. As Fred Lewis steps in to lead it off here in the third inning against the left-hander Jason Vargas. And it's a strike on 1. Well, I don't know.
Not a big club of guys 40 plus that had enough time to get that many strikeouts.
Gaylord Perry would be one. Warren Spahn would probably
was the other
be
one
another.
I was thinking of. Yeah.
Spahny's the guy I was thinking of. 363 victories, the all-time winningest left-hander.
And he won a ton after 30.
Yeah.
100.
Breaking ball down low and outside. Ball 2. 2-1 to count. Steve Carlton. And that's a strike at the knees.
What about Phil Niekro? He pitched for a long time. I don't know if he could get that many strikeouts.
Breaking ball down low. How about Satchel Paige?
How about, yeah.
He didn't start till he was 48.
Yeah, that's true. All his barnstorming games.
That's right.
Records that'll never be broken, I guess.
3-2 pitch. Got him. Down he goes. Emmanuel Burris, the second baseman, will be the hitter. outside corner. Now that we're into our trivia question, reminds us of last night's trivia question. I don't know whether you were watching or not, Bill, but it was in regard to Randy Johnson in '93. In his final start in 1993 at the Kingdom, he did not wear number 51. What number did he wear? And why?
I do not know the answer to that one.
Swing and a miss. So down on strikes is Emmanuel Burris, who's number 34 to salute Nolan Ryan, who had thrown his last pitch at the Kingdom that year in 1993, and thank him for all the help that he had given him, turning him around.
That was a great gesture. Great gesture on his part.
So here's Aaron Rowand, and the strikeout man right now is Jason Vargas, not Randy Johnson. He has struck out 3 in a row. And that's a strike on the outside corner to Aaron Rowand.
Let's see if he tests him with his changeup after that long home run.
Change. Beautifully thrown.
After 2 fastballs in, he cut 2 balls in, got that planted in his head, and a fastball count, comes back changeup. It's great pitching. Double shake to the change.
And a swing and a miss. He strikes out the side. He's just struck out 4 in a row, 5 overall. And a 1-2-3. Whoops, I guess he didn't. He fouled it, I guess. They want to strike out. Wakamatsu wants to strike out. Vargas wants to strike out. And now they're going to ask if the ball was trapped or foul tip. Going to talk to the first base umpire, Bill Miller. And they're going to call him out. It was a strikeout. So here in the third, it ends up a 1-2-3 strikeout inning, and a ball was caught before it hit the ground, too. So we go to the bottom of the third, still 1-0 San Francisco. Leads it off here in the Mariner third inning. The unit misses inside with a fastball. Ball one ball and no strikes to count. And that ball pulled foul down the left field line. Quite foul. Don Wakamatsu, the Mariners skipper, caught Randy Johnson when they were both in high school on an all-star squad in the Bay Area. And he also hit against him when Randy pitched for USC and Watt was playing for Arizona State.
Yeah, he said he threw 100 and he did not know where it was going. That's a pretty comfortable at bat, don't you think?
Yeah.
That's catching or hitting, by the way.
And a line drive that just eludes Sandoval into left field for a base hit. Dave Valley tells a story about when he caught Randy and was throwing 100 miles an hour. Never bothered him with hand, glove, or anything like that. And that was no problem. Always bothered his left shoulder because he always had to reach up and get that high fastball. And he hyperextended his shoulder catching the fastball. So his shoulder hurt for days after he caught Randy. Ichiro now the hitter.
That's funny.
And that's a strike. Change up that time. How did you throw your change? You choked the ball?
I tried a lot of different ways. None of them were any good. I got crafty after I retired. I wasn't very crafty when I pitched, but I threw the circle change. I also choked it back off my two-seamer. None of them were really very good, though.
And a two-hopper. There's one. That's all they'll get. So they get the Forrest and Gutierrez. Let's give me the answer to our Aflac trivia question. There was a clue. 1,437 Ks after turning 40. Third, Randy 960. Who is second all time?
Aflac.
And Krug, you're right. Nuxie, Phil Necro.
We had that one kind of surrounded, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was just a process of elimination. You don't think about a knuckleballer that way, though, do you?
Adrian Beltre walked in the first inning.
I wonder how long Wakefield can pitch. He seems to be continuing on. He's a very valuable guy.
He's unbelievable. What is his weight? 40?
Is
he 40?
Yeah. Phil just tell he's about almost.
Did you ever
50.
mess around with that pitch?
Maybe that would have been my changeup. No, I no. You know, I'll tell you, whenever you're playing, it's always the fielders that have great numbers. They all have them. Of course, they all got like 5 or 6 pitches, too. Because it's kind of a short arm thing. It's not a real nice, loose, long arm kind of throw. It's a push pitch. So all the middle infielders have great numbers.
Used to love to play catch with the knuckleball.
Oh, sure.
Matter of fact, that used to be kind of one-upsmanship. I bet I have a better knuckler than you. Infielders playing catch.
Oh, yeah. Now they try to see if they can get somebody in the shin. They all think they can pitch until it's their time to get out there in some crazy, wipeout game. A little different deal at 60 feet 6. Of course, the same can be said for pitchers getting in the box. So.
Two and two the count on Adrian Beltre. Mariners now have not scored in the last 19 innings, on only 1 run in their last 22 innings.
A little extra queso there, 94 miles an hour on the inner half. Talk about not getting into the box. You remember guys, left-hand hitters, great hitters, that would mysteriously not be ready to go.
Same thing.
I think about Wade Boggs.
Right.
Wade Boggs never played against Randy Johnson, as I recall. Pretty good hitter.
And he's out of there. Yeah, he took a cut, went all the way around. Randy records his third strikeout.
Threw that fastball in, and then that slider on the back foot that you talked about, Dave. Tough to lay off.
He always points down towards first base umpire.
Is he ever going to be counseled on that maybe that's not a good idea? I don't know.
I think he knew what the verdict was going to be on that one, though. I'll tell you the truth. He never even looked down. He just pointed down there. Mike Sweeney now.
Somehow you think maybe he thinks that's reverse psychology? I just can't figure it out. Yeah.
And a shot back up the middle. Nice stop there by the second baseman Burris, and he goes to shortstop Renteria, and that will be that. So here in the third, nothing doing, a hit and a man left, and after 3, 1-0 San Francisco.
Is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
So the long ball again troubling the Mariners. They trail 1-0. Dave Sims joining with Bill Kruger. Good to have you here, pal. Mike Blauer's getting a night off. Jason Vargas has looked good. He's relied on his changeup. He's been very effective with it so far tonight.
Once one high fastball to Rowand, and after that he started to establish that changeup. 5 strikeouts. Who would have thought he would be the one with more strikeouts at this point in the game?
You bet. He's done a really nice job. The other thing, too, we have 2 of the, I would say, not one of the 2 of the more less fearsome offenses here tonight.
That's absolutely true. They're mirror images of one another. Big parks they both play in. They rely on defense and pitching, and that's the kind of duel we're going to have.
Here's Renteria to lead it off. Change up again. 2-1. Renteria popped up to Kenji Jojima his first time up. And you're back in the National League after spending some time over in Detroit. Vargas usually a little bit quicker pace than this, but he's been very efficient. There's that changeup again. He's 1-2 to Renteria. It'll be 2-3-4 here for the Giants. Renteria, Sandoval, and Molina. Works from the extreme third base side of the rubber.
And interesting that you notice that. You see the less, the Moyer type pitcher. Moyer would be on that side, not the power side of the rubber.
Foul back up this way. What's it now in terms of the angle? How does he work that to his advantage?
Well, he's basically working away to right-handers, and he's creating the angle. It gives him better angle going away for his sinker and his changeup.
Came inside, broke his bat.
It takes all the angle away from the breaking ball, but he doesn't throw a lot of breaking balls. And for those that are power pitchers and pitch on the wrong side, I don't understand that. So,
because if he's a lefty power guy, I guess
should be on the left.
Yeah, okay. If we go back and look at Bedard, that's where he is, right?
Yes. But we've seen others that pitch on the opposite side. I think sometimes it's a mechanical flaw, and they just solve the flaw by moving on the rubber.
Yeah, right. And Renteria putting up a fight here. Ball and 2 strikes to the shortstop for the Giants.
Boy, he's been a pretty good player, you know.
I like him. Been with Detroit, been with Atlanta, Florida, won a World Series over there.
St. Louis. He's had a number of years, 20-plus home runs, 5-time All-Star, a couple Gold Gloves.
He's happy to be back in the National League. I think it's his greatest success over here.
Non-drafted free agent. We have something in common, Dave.
There you go.
Me and Edgar Renteria.
8th pitch gets him. How about Vargas? He now has struck out 3, 4, 5 in a row. He's got 6 on the night.
You know, he throws enough fastballs to keep you honest, and then he gives you such great motion on that changeup. Pulls the string 79, 80 miles an hour. He's given us a tutorial, a Moyer-like tutorial so far.
And the other thing that you can appreciate from this, that pitch, keep it down. Keep it down. And he can, even if he hits it, he may not hurt you too badly. Here's a drive to right field. That ball is foul, says first base umpire Bill Miller. A long foul for Pablo Sandoval.
This guy zoomed through the minor leagues, just raked. He was minor league player of the year last year, and then he came up to the big leagues with a pretty good stretch of games. Couple hundred bats, hit 340. Switch hitter.
Struck out his first time up. Boy, these Giants, they've struggled. Lost 3 in a row. They get swept at San Diego. They've lost 7 of 8. They've been outscored 37-25 in that stretch. Line drive. That's a base hit to center field for Sandoval. He went down and got it. One out base runner for the Giants. And tomorrow, when the Mariners and Giants continue their interleague series, all kids 14 and under are going to take home a Mariners drawstring backpack thanks to Pepsi and QFC. So round up your team and head out to Little League Weekend right here at Safeco Field. Visit Mariners.com for tickets. We got a good look at those drawstring backpacks a few minutes ago. I think the kids will be able to put them to use. There's Benji Molina, about their best offensive player.
Yeah, leads them in home runs. He's fashioned a pretty nice career. Good offensive catcher.
Came in tonight hitting .286. Here's the 1-0 from Vargas. And flailing at that changeup. Vargas, who had retired 10 in a row until that base hit. It was 1-1 to Molina. Giants in that NL West, 9 games behind the Giants starting today. How about the Dodgers continue to prosper without Manny, who's not back till July 3?
Well, I think it just builds confidence that they can get it done without Manny, and it really boils down to getting great pitching.
They stopped by Kenji Jojiman. Got it on the short hop. Nicely done. 2-1 to Benji Molina. Good crowd on hand here tonight. And again, second weekend in a row. The weather has been perfect. Chamber of Commerce perfect. It's like we have close to 40, easily 40,000. 2-1. Drive to left. Backing up Ballantine. He's got room. And he makes a catch. 2 down. Jared Washburn having some leg problems. Back of his drive leg, his left leg. Matt Cain will start for the Giants. Garrett Olson gets another start for the Mariners.
Yeah, too bad that Washburn can't go. A little precautionary setback, I think. And he'll be back pitching next week. Garrett Olson's done a pretty good job for this team. I mean, he's filled in admirably in both relief and start, and been a nice find by Jack Sarincic.
2 outs, runner on for Randy Wynn, the former Mariner. You and I talking to Bruce Bochy before the game, struggling to find a formula. Give me some runs.
Yeah, the whole team spooked to hit in the leadoff hole. He had to end up putting Aaron Rowand there because everybody else is scared to hit there.
he said that one hole's been the cooler. I put somebody in there. Skip, don't do that to you. You're killing me. Rowand, meanwhile, leads off the game with a home run today. So with that home run, he's 6 for 9 in the leadoff spot. 6 for 10 now after striking out in the second at bat. Rowand, a veteran presence, been around. White Sox, the Phillies. So,
hard-nosed.
Yeah. Hey.
Nails for breakfast guy.
And who could forget him basically breaking up his face running into the wall in Philly?
Oh, yeah. You know, the Philly fans haven't forgotten. I'm sure.
No, I tell you what, he's on scholarship in Philadelphia. Permanent. Philly fans like the blood and guts anyway.
You would know.
Yes, sir. Philadelphia native. They love that hardcore. Sometimes I think they like the hardcore guy and don't appreciate the grace of certain athletes. That's why Schmidt got a lot of grief there for a while.
There have been some great players that have really scuffled there. Of course, I think of Dick Allen, great hitter that didn't handle the booing very well. When you write "boo" in the dirt,
yeah, you get some issues.
You don't like it.
There are issues. They were on him. It was a different time.
Yeah.
But he was a great hitter. Great hitter. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Randy Wynn. 2 outs. A runner on. Giants lead it 1-0 on Rowand's leadoff homer. Runner goes. They got a shot to get him. The throw. The tag in time. Well, Sandoval hung himself out to dry. Mariners get him. 0 across here in the 4th. Coming up, Ballantine, Brandon, and Jojima. Home of the $4.99 Mondo Burrito. By Lithia. A better card buying experience starts at Lithia.com. And by Wendy's. Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers go straight from the grill to the bun to you. Glad you could join us, everybody. Bottom of the fourth inning here. Great crowd as first pitch swinging popped up off the bat of Ballantine out of play. Dave Sims, Bill Kruger, Mike Flowers has the night off. 1-0 Giants. Aaron Rowand leading off the ball game on a 2-1 pitch. He homered. That's the only run to this point. Randy Johnson. How about the buzz when Johnson came out of the after warming up in the bullpen, got a standing ovation coming back to the dugout.
Oh, that's impressive and well deserved.
Ballantine tonight struck out on a 1-2 pitch. First time up.
Yeah, he's been spinning off the ball a little bit again, opening up. He's got to get back to that up the middle to right field stroke.
Goes right side. That'll get out of play. Randy got him on a slider down and in after making him flail away on a pitch on the outside. And that way he was really vulnerable to that early part of the season.
Yeah, he just has gotten into that, just a little bit of that, opening that front side up a little too quick, and then you can't cover away. Then it's just a big old express lane out there to throw into.
Coming inside. Fought it off.
Mike Kukro, who does the color for the Giants, said that if Randy gets on top of his slider and he's able to throw that fastball inside, that he'll be on, and that's what we've seen. At the early part of the game, it was a little flat. Now, seeing that, back shoot top slider and no fastball, maybe not upper 90s, but firm on the inner half.
The guys you've seen over the years, great sliders. This guy, Carlton,
yes,
from lefties. I mean, two of the best, right?
Ron Guidry. Louisiana Lightning, he had a good one.
The 1-2. That misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ballantine leading off the fourth. Brandon Jojo to follow.
Now, those guys didn't throw 100 though. They threw good, but not 100.
This guy in his prime when he was on, it's scary. Got him. 1 down here in the fourth. Second time Ballantine has gone down. Struck out once last night.
Be able to plant that fastball in. Then he can turn it, twist it, and bury it, and you're done.
Randy's got 4 strikeouts tonight against 1 walk. Giving up 2 hits. And a Baltimore chop off the bat of Kenji Jojima in the second. And a line drive to left by Gutierrez. Here's Brandon. He struck out on the 3-2 pitch in his first at bat. It's the key to Brandon trying to get a hit here against Johnson the way he's throwing tonight.
Well, he fought back. He had him 3-0, and Randy just made some great pitches. You can see he started him off, made him inside conscious, then he goes away. Randy's become quite a student of the game. I mean, this isn't just about a guy with a great arm. He's got books on his, we were talking to Kukro about this. He's just saying that he's got a book going back 10 years on hitters. He actually also studies umpire strike zones. He's got a long database on that. How about that?
That's impressive. I'd be curious. Grungy tonight has been giving him a lot of low stuff. Up and in. And Brandon earns a walk. So Brandon with the walk. That's his 17th of the year. Hey, folks, Sunday, all kids 14 and under take home a Mariners wristband watch courtesy of Pepsi and QFC. Mariners and Giants close out this 3-game series. Enjoy an afternoon of baseball right here at Safeco Field. Get your tickets at mariners.com. Second walk issued by Randy Johnson. Going to bring up Kenji Jojima. Well, he had the classic definition of a Baltimore chop. Went off the plate. Tremendous hang time. He was able to beat it out.
There's the low strike right there. Runge calling the ball down.
And you have favorite umpires, and I wouldn't say favorite umpires, but guys that work, that seem to fit what you were throwing.
I have to give that a little thought.
Okay. Think about that one.
I can only think of the guys that I didn't like.
All right. And of course, that list is as long as your arm, but you know.
Just I got Brinkman flashing in my head, and it won't go away, Dave. I can't help it.
Yeah, here you're getting a flashback, right?
You know what was funny is when they finally went to interleague play, and I remember a game where Brinkman did an Atlanta Brave game, And sure enough, by the second inning, Maddox was thrown out as well as Bobby Cox. And I'm sitting there going, hey, we've been dealing with that for the past 10 years, partner.
Kenji has to do a little dance. Ball at 2 strikes to the Mariner catcher. He's got one of the 2 hits tonight. A run on 2 hits for the Giants, no runs, 2 hits for the Mariners. Here's the 1-2. Gentleman has posted a lot of digits over the course of time. Only Nolan Ryan has struck out more.
That's some upper division math there. You put mine up and you can do them in your head, you know.
2-2. Got him. That pitch in on Kenji's hands. He couldn't handle it. That's the 5th strikeout for Randy Johnson. 2 outs.
More Mr. Snappy. May not be behind the 98, but that's a pretty good slider he's featuring tonight.
2 outs, 1 on for Jose Lopez. Lopez drove one to the fence that was caught by Fred Lewis back in the 2nd inning.
See if Randy pitches him away, because he put that ball in play pretty hard on an inner half pitch.
Second time he's almost thrown one away from Rich Aureli at first. Take a look at our Firestone leaderboard. All-time strikeouts by left-handers. Randy Johnson, Steve Carlton, Mickey Lolich. We got some good ones here. Frank Tanana, Chuck Finley, way upstairs. Tom Glavine, and Warren Spahn.
Mickey Lolich out of Portland. For those fans down in Portland, Oregon, Madison High School.
Game 7, 1968. Outdueled Mr. Gibson.
Yeah, he was the guy in the 68 series. He won 3 games, I think, didn't he?
And Mr. Gibson won 2. That's a heck of a duel to beat Bob Gibson Game 7, because Gibson the year before had won 3 games against the Red Sox in the World Series. I believe Mickey did some damage with the bat during that series as well, if I remember. 1-1 to Lopez. Bill Kruger, proud son of Portland, Oregon.
Absolutely. Went to college, University of Portland, high school, McMinnville High School. So I'm an Oregon guy.
2 outs here in the Mariners' 4th, down a run. Russell Brandon's at first.
Big star when I was in high school was Dale Murphy.
Murph.
Scouts flocked to see him play. I was on the field on some of those occasions, and he was a catcher then.
No, I remember that when he eventually came up down the line but foul. Dale Murphy, one of several gentlemen to win back-to-back MVPs.
That's right. And he got the throwing phobia. He couldn't throw, I don't know if it was back to the pitcher or is it to second. He had the phobia, and they ended up moving him to center field. What a move for a catcher to have that kind of ability, to be a good enough athlete. And he goes out there and he's a gold glove center fielder.
Wow. Randy Johnson, you're talking about Mickey Lolich. He's the first pitcher to win 3 games in a World Series since Mickey Lolich. That was in 01 with the Diamondbacks, and he did one of those. One of those W's came in relief. And for Mickey Lolich, he went all the way in all 3 of those victories back in '68. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Dale Murphy, big guy for a tall guy for
6'5".
Yeah. The trivia question that started out sort of a novelty, but just about everybody knows that in each position on the field there's a guy that's won back-to-back, and he's the guy you generally put in right field on that back-to-back MVPs.
Yeah, exactly.
Ball and 2 strikes. Throw over to Brandon. Boy, he's having trouble he's keeping it really alive over there. Rich has had to reach across the returning base run. Rich at a second tour of duty with the Giants. Spent some time here with the Mariners. Johnson, a long look into Molina for the sign. 1-2. Johnson struck out 5, walked 2. Meanwhile, Jason Vargas has struck out 6. He has not walked anybody. Second night in a row, the Mariners have given up a solo home run. Angels got 3 of them last night. Rivera, Matthews, and Kendrick. To center field, Rowand's there. And that does it for the Mariners here in the 4th. 4 in the books. Randy Johnson looking for win number 299 on his career. He's got a 1-0 lead. Rewind. Hey, time for a rally fries time. Welcome to our tradition here, Bill. And there is our winner. Yeah, baby. He came prepared. Today turned 85. Be nice to have some. You bet. 85 years young. Congratulations.
That just seemed automatic, didn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Long look by Branyan. And that gets out of play. Off the bat of Randy Wynn. That's Bert Walgren, 80 from East Bremerton, 85 years old. There he is. Way to go. 85 years young. Congratulations. Pop up.
He looks great.
Sure does. Taking an ovation for a while. Randy Wynn, who was at the plate when Sandoval was caught. He leads off, and that's a pop-up inning over. I mean, that at bat. 1 down. It's Jesus Guzman. Second game since being called up. This young man Boach was telling us about from Venezuela. He's hit everywhere. Winter ball, fall ball, and has not had a lot of AAA experience, but they need bats.
He hit 360 down there, so what the heck?
Vargas stays away from him on that pitch. 1-1. Mariners are now 3-4 in this homestand. Bouncing ball for Lopez. He retires Guzman. Quick 2 outs here in the 5th inning for the Giants. A new way for you to start your game day experience right here at Safeco Field. Be sure to stop by the Home Plate Plaza, located on the corner of 1st Avenue and Edgar Martinez Drive. Skillet Mobile Restaurant is cooking up some of the finest food in Seattle, and now it's available at the Home Plate Plaza right before every Mariners home game. It's good eats. 2 outs, 5th inning. Here's Rich Aurelia. 14-year Major League veteran. Big breaking ball by Vargas. He's had a nice career. Is not a star player, but a good piece to your puzzle.
Well, he had some pretty good years there early in his career with the Giants. Of course, hitting around Bonds didn't hurt him, but he had a 37 home run year. He had a year with 200 hits, and of course came to Seattle, struggled, broke his hand, and said he didn't really have that diagnosed. And of course, that obviously doesn't lend itself well to swinging the bat very well. But he got back over with Cincinnati. And he told me that he had to end up signing a non-roster deal after one bad season, and of course has recovered and has had a nice new stretch in the National League.
Started out with the Giants, came up to the big leagues back in '95. He was with Seattle for 73 games. In 04, he had 241, 4 homers and 28 RBIs. Then went to San Diego and then Cincinnati the next year. 23-70 with the 06 Reds ball club. And we said low strike zone. Brian Runge punches out Aurelia, inning over. 7th strikeout for Vargas. 1-0 Giants. Right now, as we check out our Banner Bank building to the future. And Randy Johnson came to Seattle from Montreal in the Mark Langston trade, and with Montreal, those are his numbers. And Randy's got Hall of Fame credentials with his many stops in the big leagues. And he's throwing a pretty nice game here tonight. He's got 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. He's given up just 2 hits. Betancourt, Gutierrez, and Ichiro. See if the Mariners adjust to Brian Runge's extraordinarily low strike zone tonight.
Well, I think that's what, as a pitcher, as a hitter, you're just looking for something consistent. You need the umpire to be consistent. So far, he's been pretty consistent calling the ball down. What you don't want is that high strike start getting called.
Betancourt fouls it off 1-2. And he fouled out to the first baseman Aurelia. Back in the 2nd inning. Coming off a 1-for-3 night. There's Russell Branyan, one of the few base runners the Mariners have had tonight. They've left 4 men on tonight.
Saw Betancourt take one the other way yesterday. I think that's just such the call for him to get back on cue. Randy's pretty much pitching him away. He doesn't have that ultra gas. I mean, I think sometimes you have to get jammed to start thinking about staying inside the baseball and staying up the middle of the field, particularly with 2 strikes right here.
1-2 to Betancourt. Moves his feet. 2-2. Here he's got 6 hits on this homestand.
And he's shown, you know, a better degree of patience since he sat down for a couple games, don't you think?
Absolutely. In one game, he saw 19 pitches. Fly ball. And the second baseman, Burris, goes out to get it. So Randy Johnson's got one out here in the 5th.
3-2 slider. You know, planted the fastball in, made him conscious of the fastball. Slider, knowing that Betancourt doesn't like to walk, you know, he could take a little bit more of a chance on 3-2, and Randy did through him the slider.
And bring in Franklin Gutierrez. He got the first solid base hit off of Johnson. Kenji bounced one off the plate of Baltimore Chop. That was in the 2nd, 3rd inning leading off. Gutierrez rifled one down the 3rd baseline. Pitches away, ball 1.
I think he's going to pitch him away a lot. He hit a ball hard foul, and the ball he hit for a base hit was a middle and fastball. So I think you'll see Randy pitch him more away.
And there for strike. 1-1. Johnson 3-4, 6.86 ERA entering tonight. There's that pitch away. Backhanded, booted by Burris. Gutierrez is on. Quick call, easy call, E4. Burris' 3rd error of the season.
Looked like a changeup or a split.
Like
Burris gets that one on the heel of his glove, and
just like you called, pitch him away. Now Ichiro. This will be his 3rd time around against Randy Johnson. Ichiro with the 0 for 2 tonight.
Pretty good numbers coming in, though.
7 for 15 against Randy Johnson, an RBI in that grouping. Mariners down a run. So Ichiro coming off a 1 for 4 last night, looking for a base hit to extend his hitting streak to 16 games. Took a lot off of that one. Molina's going to have to hurry. Didn't get him. 1st and 2nd. 1 out. Another infield hit for Ichiro.
You know, Dave, we've seen him over the years do this, where he literally can chop down on a ball and almost kill it. I mean, like a full swing, kill it in front of home plate.
It's amazing.
I mean, look at that
So
ball.
1st and 2nd now for the Mariners.
You could do that with your sandwich.
Not that. That's tight. That's a tight shot too. You know, you want to get up over, you know, the impediment there, get it up in the air, and drop it, and not roll it.
Pull the string.
Right, pull the string. Don't let it release. So 1st and 2nd, infield hit leader Ichiro with 16. The hitting streak is at 16. Here's Beltre, 0 for 1. How about what Ichiro did in the 0-1 All-Star game? What you just saw against Randy Johnson back in 0-1. That was a hard smash, but in that game he also had one that died right in front of home plate. Beltre, a couple of hits his last 2 times up last night. He pulled one to left field and hit one to right, and that broke an 0 for 23.
You got to see some balls fall in and start believing there's actually holes out there. Because, you know, Adrian has struggled, but he's had some stretches where he's hit the ball hard with just no luck. Got a favorable count right here. Just don't try to do too much.
Tying run at first. Ichiro, great wheels at first. Gutierrez at second.
Randy going to rethink this one a little bit, I think.
Ichiro representing the lead run. Randy Johnson is for the game. in the clubhouse, talking with Dave Niehaus and Rick Riz. I popped my head in there as affable, as amiable as you could ever imagine on the day of a start. Because I'm told that, not having been around him a lot, but I'm told in the past, they said don't even look at him when the day starts.
That's absolutely true. Friends, teammates,
Don't look.
just leave him alone.
But he sat back in Henry Gonzalez's chair in the visiting team clubhouse office and just sat back and was very gregarious and everything. It was terrific. He said that going into the last start, he loses to the Mets. And there was so much focus on it. He said, well, you're going to get this one, then you'll have go for number 300 here in Seattle. But he said, the media, everybody's looking for that story, and they were advancing the story. He said, let me get the win first. The 300 is going to come.
Now, sometimes you get a little anxious. He probably did after 298. And tonight, though, he's been calm, cool, and collected. And great job coming back from 2-0 with a slider and then a split.
2-2 pitch. Sandoval goes to second for one. That's all they'll get. Ichiro's out, and everybody else is safe. So Gutierrez gets to third, and Beltre reaches.
After 2 off-speed pitches, he tried to come in. Beltre puts a pretty good swing on this. Pablo Sandoval, nice play. Burris wanted to eat that, but the ball kind of flew out of his hand. Anticipation by Gutierrez, perhaps he could have gone, but you're already stopping over there. Your momentum's gone.
Mike Sweeney with the chance to tie this game up, or even better, with Gutierrez at third with 2 outs. Beltre's at first. Mike tonight 0 for 2. Mike struggling right now. Looks in strike. 0 for his last 16. Mike Sweeney against Randy Johnson. Numbers similar to a whole bunch of people in the American League and National League.
He's not alone.
3 for 25 entering tonight. Farthest the Mariners have gotten a runner tonight. First and third with 2 down. Randy Johnson, his last start, went 4 innings against the Mets. Good hack. Came up with just a piece of it, 0-2.
Sweeney right on that slider right there. That was a center cut slider. He put a good swing on it. Took the fastball away, and Mike's a pretty aggressive hitter. Surprised to see him take first pitch fastball right there. Ball was on the edge though.
Johnson's here in the 5th inning, his last time out. Against Jason Vargas, the Mariners pitcher who has been stellar this evening with 7 strikeouts, no walks, giving up just 1 run, the home run to Rowand. Here's the 0-2 to Sweeney. Came inside on him, beat him with that slider. Randy Johnson, 6th strikeout. That'll do it for the Mariners in the 5th. They leave a couple of men on. 1-0 Giants. point. How about the Mariners, Bill? They've left 6 men on against Randy Johnson. Meanwhile, Jason Vargas throwing a nice game, a run on 2 hits, 7 Ks, no walks.
Yeah, he's been the super contrarian. Fastball in, changeup away, a lot of counter punching, a lot like Moyer, with a little bit more juice on his fastball.
Fred Lewis to lead it off, 8-9-1. Lewis, Burris, and Rowand here in the 6th.
73 chucks. He's got some more ammo there to work with. I think they'll let him be a 100-pitch guy tonight.
He's throwing the ball very well. 2 no decisions last time, 2 times out. Lewis didn't like that call. And again, guys don't seem to be making the adjustment to the very low strike call here tonight. Really, it got punched out to end the 5th. Well, if you're Vargas, you're Randy Johnson. You see that, you keep attacking down low.
Absolutely right. Adjust to the strike zone, figure out what he's giving you, and keep working that spot.
To center field, Gutierrez making the adjustment. Ball knuckled in on him a little bit. 1 out. That is 5 in a row retired by Jason Vargas.
Gutierrez, who really makes it look easy out there, probably a little underrated as a center fielder because he's not spectacular because he's just so efficient. He's so good that he doesn't look as good as he is. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And he gets a great jump too.
Yeah.
And he covers gap to gap very well. And it's not like he's got a couple of wagon trains out there because Ballantyne's a guy that can move. The Ichiro clearly is an outstanding outfielder as well. So the Mariners are going to be able to catch the ball in the outfield
and throw it. That's a very, very good defensive outfield. This is a big outfield, and it's a good fit.
This is away to Emmanuel Burris, the second baseman for the Giants. He struck out back in the 3rd. Fly ball center field. Gutierrez gets an excellent jump on the baseball. 2 down. Excellent jump. 2 outs. And I want to remind you that you can create your own Mariners collectible using your favorite photos at the photo store on Mariners.com. 3 easy steps. You can make your very own Mariners memory. So why not do it by visiting at Mariners.com today? Quick 2 outs, top of the order. Here's Aaron Rowand. Did some damage, 2-1 pitch, homered to left field to start the game off. Leadoff homer for Rowand, who's in his 3rd game as the leadoff man for the Giants. For Rowand, that was home run number 5, his 18th RBI. Quick 2 outs here in the 6th for Vargas.
After that home run, pretty easy learn. Going to throw changeups, right? Struck him out on the changeup the second time up. He's thrown 3 straight at this at bat.
Big curveball misses. 3-1. On deck hitters Edgar Renteria. Now the count is full.
Similar to the ball he hit for a home run, but don't quite get the barrel out because you saw 3 straight changeups and a curveball.
So he comes back with here 3-2 on the fist.
That's the cat and mouse right there, Dave. I mean, you know, the Rowand's kind of got, even though it's full count, he's thinking changeup away. Vargas not afraid of the strike zone, comes in hard in, and he was late, jammed him up a little bit.
Vargas with 7 strikeouts this evening. A 3-2 to Rowand. Off the fist. Gutierrez coming on, and he's there. He makes all 3 outs in the 6th inning. 3 fly balls. Good pitching by Vargas. 8-8 on the board in the 6th inning. 1-0 Giants. With the night off, I'm Dave Sims. Look at a heck of a pitcher's goal here, Billy. 1-0 Giants.
Yeah, both guys have been brilliant. Randy with the nasty slider and Vargas with the changeup.
Valentin struck out twice tonight. And there's a called strike in the inside corner, backing him off the plate. What's your approach here if you're Valentin here, having seen Johnson out twice and Cade twice? Way outside, 1-1.
Well, I think the big thing with Valentin is he's just got to say to himself, I don't care if I get jammed. I'm trying to go up the middle of the field. And Randy's obviously going to show him in, but I think for the most part he wants to get him out of the way or with a slider.
Ball and a strike to Valentin, leading off the home sixth. He'll be followed by Branyan and Jojim.
Plus Randy's already established in, and with the game 1-0, the one thing he doesn't want to do is get beat on a ball in with a guy that's got some power. We've kind of reached that point in the game.
Yeah, to be sure. 2-1. Hit it high, not particularly far. Coming over is Fred Lewis, and that's out of play. Skied one to left. Take a look at a Quest high speed pitch. Randy Johnson. Not bad, 45 years old, 94 miles an hour, huh?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too shabby. That's unbelievable.
Wow. Vargas at 90. Randy Johnson, last start against the Mets, 4 innings. Randy Johnson, the start before that against Washington, he went 5 innings. His longest stint this year. 7 innings against Arizona. That was in San Francisco. Back on April 19th. He won that game 2-0. Struck out 6, walked 2. It's 2-2 to Valentin. Hit hard by Sandoval, base hit. A good at bat by Vladimir Valentin, his first hit this evening. For the Mariners, their 4th of the night.
We talked about the inner half. He comes slider, kind of out over the plate, but on the inner half, that's a ball that Valentin can hit from that position. I think he went one too many times to the well, but nice job of Vladimir scoring up that slider.
There's Russell Branyan for Valentin. That's his 5th hit of the homestand. And it brings up Branyan, who struck out and walked this evening. Mariners have left 6 men on base this evening. Ball 1 to Branyan. Johnson with a 3-4 record, 6.86 ERA starting tonight. And joining the fray right now, Brandon Metters, preparing to come in if necessary for Bruce Bochy. 1-0 pitch to Branyan. Swing, a big miss. 1-1.
Look like a split or a sinker.
There's your starters comparison. Johnson's walked 2. It's been a good night in terms of control. Just 2 walks in the ball game. 1-1 to Branyan. Valentin at first. Lays down a bunt. And it goes foul. Benji Molina let it land and trickle in the foul territory. 1-2. Mariners have been struggling so much. I guess he figured, why the heck not? Get some guys on
try
base.
to get somebody in scoring position.
Mariners in this 3-4 homestand have been outscored 30-23. Coming off losing 3 of 4 on Wakamatsu and company, trying to figure something out here. Ball and 2 strikes to Branyan. Two and 2. Brandon's run some deep counts against Randy Johnson. He went 3-2 in the second inning. Walked on 4 pitches in the 4th inning. Now he's 2-2.
Looks like he's seeing the ball away pretty well. Let's see if Randy's at this point in the game willing to try to test him up and in or in on the hands. I don't think so.
Just stays alive. 2-2. Randy Johnson back in Seattle, seeing so many great successes. Going to become the 24th pitcher in the history of Major League Baseball to win 300 games. He's sitting on 298 right now.
Seems like he's kind of getting to the end of his stuff. Doesn't it kind of feel that way to you a little bit?
There's a lot more time between pitches too. 2-2 to Brandon. And a full count.
Reach back right there, 93 mile an hour. Now he's at 96 pitches.
Brandon matching wits with Randy Johnson here. Mariners scuffling for runs. 3-2 pitch. That'll get out of play.
Brandon hitting over 300 against left-handed pitching. This has really been impressive. A guy that, the old story, left-handers can't hit left-handers. So he's gotten that opportunity, and he's done a great job.
Key word there, opportunity. I mean, Jack Zurincic and Don Wakamatsu said, hey, you're going to be our horse. You're going to play every day. You're going to get your ABs.
I was just going to say, speaking of horses, Mr. Hernandez.
He's got to get back into being one. Didn't have a good start last time out.
The defense hurt him a little bit, but there's adjustments that you have to make each and every time you go out there.
See him on Sunday, Felix Hernandez. 3-2 to Brandon. Good battle.
Slider away, fastball in, slider away, fastball in.
Pitch number 9 coming up. Randy Johnson, surefire ticket. Chris Jacobauskas, Sean Kelly getting a good look at it. First ballot Hall of Famer. Randy's 6th career start against the Mariners. 130-74 here. Garrett Olson, he'll get the start tomorrow. Jared Washburn has leg issues, but he'll be able to make his next start. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Brandon is making him work.
That he is. That's what's allowed him to be good against left-handers. Is he covers that ball away pretty well, stays on it. It's kind of interesting seeing him blink. Did you see that? He closed one eye, closed the other. He did a lot of those eye exercises on the computer.
You got it.
Those acuity exercises, and they say it helped him a lot. The numbers sort of justify that.
Yes, they do. I mean, you look at his ledger, and he's leading just about all the offensive categories. Here's pitch number 100 for Johnson on the ball game. Swing and a miss. Down goes Brandon, 7th strikeout. Randy Johnson. One out here in the 6th.
Just a great slider, and able to beat Brandon, who had done a nice job of staying on both pitches throughout that at bat.
Dave Righetti, a great pitcher in his own right, as a starter, as a closer for the Yankees, among other teams. A couple attaboys for Randy Johnson. One out here in the 6th. Kenji Jojima 1 for 2.
Another guy with a no-hitter.
July 4, 1983, Cade Wade Boggs at the stadium. Getty, boy, remember he came up, what, about 19, 20 years old, was really pumping it in there.
And then they made that choice, to take him out of the rotation, make him a closer.
Racked up 46 saves one year. Outside to Kenji Jojima. Randy, you can see him taking a deeper breath now.
Dave, you got that steel trap for a lot of New York stuff. Or are you that good on all baseball stats?
You do what you can.
That was very good.
You go with your strengths. I know Rigetti for a while there. Good guy.
Yeah, but getting back to your questions, I think you see Metters warming up as this inning had just barely gotten started. You know, clearly the Giants know that Randy's getting to the end of his outing this evening, and they're watching him pretty closely.
See if the Mariners can chase right here. Kenji. Pitch down low, 3-0. Jose Lopez is on deck. He took Randy Johnson to the fence in deep left field. The catch made out there by Fred Lewis in the second inning.
Yeah, I suspect if he does not get judgment here, he's out of the ballgame. Lopez did put a good swing on him.
3-0 to Kenji. 4-pitch walk. 2 on, 1 out. Bruce Bochy, not seeing him, so they're going to give him the old go get him, big fella.
This is probably some pretty unusual circumstances. He might be the fire-breathing dragon again if they went out and got him.
Yeah, especially given where the game is being played tonight.
Yeah.
Another good threat by the Mariners. They've left 6 tonight. 6 men on. Here's Lopez. Flied out to left. Flied out to center. They got Valentin at second. Kenji at first. Strike 1 to Lopez.
Kind of the same story with Jose. You know, the ability to hit the ball to the opposite field. You know, he's been hurt on breaking balls. He's pulled off of pitches away, and that's why he's hitting 220. Now, granted, he's not an opposite field hitter, but he's got to start thinking the other way to get himself back on cue.
The 0-1 goes the other way. It's going to be in foul territory, and he's got to get a new bat. 1, 2, at least 3 pieces. He's 0-2, and to your point, Jose Lopez 2 for his last 26.
Yeah, it's the ball away. He's trying to serve it over the first baseman's head, and that soldier did not die a hero. Hopefully this new one will.
Yeah, right.
Well, we don't want it to die. Actually, we want to put the ball in play solidly.
Randy Johnson working 0-2 now to Jose Lopez. Randy struck out 7, walked 3.
Back foot slider.
Count on it.
There it is. I think I've seen him a few too many times as a teammate, and of course as a competitor, and then, of course as a broadcaster.
You didn't have to hit against him.
Oh boy!
How many years did you play with him?
I played all of 91 and part of 95 with him. And 91, we were pretty good friends on the team, and spent a lot of time talking to him and actually consoling him because he was struggling so much with his control.
When he first came over from Montreal.
He walked 150 guys that year, and he knew if he just got his fastball command, he was going to be lights out.
The 1-2 pitch, he steps off.
Because I remember one time he was lamenting about his ERA, and he was worried about it. And I said, you know, Randy, you know what we need to do here? We need to worry about my ERA. You need to worry about throwing strikes, okay? I'm the number 4 starter on this team, and we need to be a little more concerned about me.
Good guy to talk to about pitching, hanging out.
Well, you know, he was just, you know, at that point in his career where he was just trying to sort out all the cards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he had enormous stuff, and everything was full bore, and he was high wire, not like you see him today.
Yeah.
And he's just polished himself up into an incredible pitcher, incredible career.
13-10, a 3.98 ERA, and 91 to pitch. Way outside Eckler, play by Molina. Great opportunity here for the Mariners in the 6th inning. Mariners 4 games under 500 right now. Giants 2 games under. Giants sit in 2nd place in the National League West, 9 games behind the Dodgers starting today. 2 to Lopez. Fouled it off. Mariners third place in the AL West, 5 behind Texas. The Rangers playing Houston. Texas wins tonight in 10 innings. Randy taking a lot of time now.
108 pitches. Tried to throw that fastball away, snuck into the inner half. Lopez got a pretty good swing on it. I'm thinking slider.
Short form for 298 W's. See if Lopez sitting on it. 2-2. Thinking along with him. Count remains at 2-2. "25 pitches this inning. This inning for Randy Johnson. He's got a couple of men on. Valentin at second. Jojima at first. I'm set the 2-2. Now he steps off. This stage of the game, the pitches he's thrown, anxiety level rising, or is he
just taking and sucking up energy and trying to get through this thing and doing a little more thinking than he probably has.
Way outside again, 3-2. On deck hitters, Yuniescu, Betancourt. Mariners mounting another threat. They've left 6 men on. Coming into this, the 6th inning. Down 1-0. Aaron Rowand, a leadoff homer.
Well, he's gone slider on 3-2 a lot. I think he really wanted to show fastball away there. I think slider is the money pitch here.
Runners go. Through the hole. Valentin get a good head start. And we're going to have a tie ball game. Jose Lopez. An RBI single here in the 6th. Ties it at 1-1. The runners are going on the pitch. An RBI for Lopez, his 20th of the season, and it ties Russell Brandon for the team lead.
Talked about going to his money pitch, the slider, pretty good location. Lopez seen the ball pretty well. He's a middling hitter, and Randy just, at this point in the game, not having real good confidence or command away.
The Mariners strike. They get on the board. Tied at 1-1. Chance to take the lead. Here's Betancourt. What's it a strike? Really 0 for 2 tonight. Fouled out to the first baseman. Popped up to the second baseman. Inning started with Valentin singling to left in a 2-2 pitch. Long at bat for Brandon. He struck out. A walk to Jojima. Another long at bat, and Lopez delivers a single. Benji Molina's had to reach up high and make those backhand catches and pitches that really starting to tail away.
Yeah, I think you can see his arm starting to drag a little bit. We're into this thing, 113 pitches.
All strike to Betancourt. To right field, short right field. Wind, it's going to drop. So the Mariners now have the bases loaded. Uni parachutes one in right field. And that's the 3rd hit this inning. He did just enough. And that's going to do it for Randy Johnson. Here comes Bruce Bochy. We're going to have a pitching change. Randy Johnson surely will get a great ovation because this more than likely will be his final appearance here at Safeco Field as an active player. And everybody to their feet for Randy Johnson. He tips his cap. A great gesture by Randy Johnson. Fans here in Seattle appreciate his great work over the years, particularly his time here in Seattle when he won 130 games as a Mariner. A great moment here in Seattle Mariner baseball history. Randy Johnson chased in the 6th inning in a 1-1 ball game, and he leaves with the bases loaded. We'll take a break, come back as the Mariners have a chance now to take the lead. It's a 1-1 ball game and a beautiful night here in Seattle. wanted to get Randy Johnson to give him some time, give him opportunities to finish up this inning, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, he was just out of gas and ran into some pretty good middle-in hitters like Lopez and Ballantine. He just had that feeling that it was time, but I think the moment was too big, and Boch had to let Randy, try to do it himself, and he just didn't quite have it up, and the Mariners have taken advantage, done a nice job of hitting against him.
Brendan Metters, the new pitcher. One out here as the Mariners have the bases loaded. Inning started with Ballantine singling to left. Brandon struck out, a walk to Jojino. And with the runners moving, runners at first and second, Lopez singled through the hole on the left side. That brought in a run, and then Betancourt dumped one into short right field, loading the bases, and that's where we are right now with Gutierrez. Right field, long run for Wynn, and it gets out of play. Franklin Gutierrez, he's 1 for 2. Hard single in the third, reached on an error by the second baseman Barris. That was in the fifth. Metters has done a good job for the Giants in his last 5 games. He's not giving up a run.
Bruce Bochy commented that Metters and Justin Miller have done a nice job in middle relief, getting them through some of those situations. Real good breaking ball, fastball about 91.
Here's the 0-2. Struck him out, high heat. For 2 outs, back to the top of the order, Ichiro. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. This homestand ends on Sunday, then on the road in the division. 3 with Oakland, day off Thursday. And then the Angels again. Won't see the Angels again till September, then back home. Adam Jones and the Baltimore Orioles come in, and then Justin Morneau and Joe Mauer and the Minnesota Twins for that first weekend in June. Ichiro with a chance to do some damage here with 2 outs and a tie ball game. Here's a strike. Ichiro tonight, 1 for 3. Hitting streak to 16 games. He picked up his 16th infield hit. That was back in the 5th inning. Ojima at third, Lopez at second, Betancourt at first. One and one. Metters has some really good credentials. Ranking 11th among NL relievers. He's got an ERA of 1.04. And that's pitching. Those are his numbers pitching at home. 1-1. Breaking ball for called strike.
There's that good curveball we talked about. Behind, an average to a bit above average fastball. Let's see what he wants to go to here. Ichiro, a pretty good breaking ball hitter.
2 outs, bases loaded, 1 and 2 to Ichiro. Trying to get him with a fastball. Fouls it off. Mariners had a great month of April, 13-9, struggling here in May, 6-14. Get a winning groove back on this ball club again. 1 and 2 to Ichiro. Bouncing ball, Sandoval throwing home. Got him. Heck of a play for the force out on Jojima. Nice play by the third baseman Pablo Sandoval. He was in no man's land. He had one play and he got it done. Ichiro couldn't get enough hop on that one as Sandoval gets the out. The Mariners do tie it at 1-1 as they chase Randy Johnson.
there you see just rubbing out Valentine. Brandon with the 3-2. And you see that tight break, and you just get it started. It looks like a fastball, and the next thing you know, it's on your back foot. And that was really the key pitch for him all night. Outstanding performance by Randy Johnson, the heart of the line, and look at the appreciation he shows the Seattle audience. He has a huge affinity for playing here in Seattle and the fans and everything about Seattle baseball, and he's been as big a figure as there's been.
Season high 115 pitches for Randy Johnson. Meanwhile, another fine game being thrown by Jason Vargas. A couple of no decisions his last 2 times out. And he'll face Renteria, Sandoval, and Molina here in the 7th.
Kind of a long inning sitting over there. We'll see if it has any effect on him.
So it's been 30 minutes since Vargas was last towing the rubber.
There's a lot of pauses between pitches with Randy.
Mariners sent 7 men to the plate. There's Vargas 3-0 now. Renteria. Vargas with 7 strikeouts and no walks.
Yeah, he's pitched brilliant baseball. Great feel for fastball in, changeup away. I mean, nice mixture.
Back to the strike. Last time this young man pitched, he held Texas down at Texas. That's impressive. 3-1.
Yeah, once you've done that, you pretty much can pitch anywhere. You got that brawling lineup in that park that just bleeds runs.
Sean White getting ready. Under the supervision of John Wetland. Start before the Texas outing. Vargas held down the Boston Red Sox. First walk as he loses Renteria. It's a leadoff the 7th inning. An all-new episode of Mariners All Access comes your way this Sunday on FSN. It's the 10th anniversary of Safeco Field. We're going to look back at how the ballpark has changed the face of baseball in the Northwest. Plus, comedian Larry the Cable Guy, he was on hand last Friday for some BP with the Mariners. Find out what the club thought of his performance. That's this Sunday at noon here on FSN and FSN HD. Pablo Sandoval. Quick thinking to get the force at home for the 3rd out to end the 7th inning.
Well, that was his only chance, and really a brilliant, could be game-saving play by Sandoval.
There's set for 2. Popped it up. Betancourt backing up. He's under. Makes a catch. 1 out here in the 7th. I'll bring up clearly the best offensive player the Giants have. Their 4-hole hitting catcher, Benji Molina. Molina entering today, leading the ball club in batting average, hits, homers, RBI.
Came in the game hitting .344 against left-handed pitching with 4 jacks. So it's a pretty big matchup.
Good showing by Vargas getting into the 7th inning. 5 1/3 against Boston. 5 against Texas. They got 2 runs to Boston and 1 run to Texas, and that's at Texas. Mariners eventually went on and lost that game 7-1, but it was a no decision for Vargas. Get out of play right side. 0-1 to Benji Molina. What a great Northwest day. Topped off by this ball game. 38,520 on hand. Weather was just spectacular. Chamber of Commerce, they're sticking their chest out with this weather day this weekend. Another great
They've been getting some hate mail lately. That weather is just,
yeah.
What's going on?
But this 2nd straight weekend, that's a bullet but foul. Well, the Giant fans came up from San Francisco.
Yeah, it seems to me, I mean, San Diego has become the rival for the Mariners. I think San Francisco, much more of a natural rival, in my opinion. Similar cities, close relatively. Nothing's close to Seattle, by the way. But.
Right, agreed. But the weather, very similar.
Yeah.
0-2. Popped up. Kenji taking a look.
I like Vargas, man. He's got good feel for pitching. He seems to have the feel for, how to keep the hitter off balance, how to make space for his changeup. He struggled with the first batter in Renteria, and he came back slow curveball, kind of slowed his body down, get that over, busted him in with the fastball, got him out. Yeah, this guy is not the first time around the block for him. He knows what he's doing.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Run a two-hitter. One that hurt him was Rowand leading off, homering off the 2-1 pitch to start the ballgame. The other hit, fourth inning, Sandoval with a base hit to center.
Now he's shown Molina in. Molina is a dangerous guy late in the game. You get toward the end of your performance, you just want to stay away. Even if Molina gets a base hit to right, you're going to stay away. Fastball away, changeup away, probably.
We set up outside. 2-2.
I'll be surprised if he comes back in, even though he's done that all day, where he's been great at getting you looking out there and busting you in. But I think this is the dangerous guy. I think he stays away.
Seventh inning action here at Safeco Field. First of 3 with the Giants.
And I'm on.
Coming back inside.
Yes, he is. Well, he's done a good job of it.
And Molina straight away. Betancourt and Lopez up the middle. Set for 2. There we go. 2-2 to Benji Molina.
Changed his mind. He threw over to first base, and he got back up there and changed his mind. I'm watching Jojimo move.
Yeah, no, I see it. Absolutely. Stopped by Kenji. The full count. Randy wins on deck. Molina, as you know, not fast. Never been considered fast. He just is a terrific hitter. Love to see him get something on the ground here.
He's got to make a good pitch. Try to stay down and away.
Tap foul. Benji Molina's had a nice career. Came up in the Angels organization, joined the big club in '98. Part of their 0-2 World Championship club. 286 in that World Series.
A bunch of years straight with 10+ home runs. 7 or 8 straight, something like that.
Yeah. Three and 2. Runner goes. Popped up. Playable. Kenji taking charge. Beltre coming down. Beltre calls him off. Makes a catch. Big second out with a runner at first. Get on board Friday, June 5th for the always popular collector train night right here at Safeco Field. The Mariners will be hosting the Twins. First 20,000 fans take home a Safeco Field 10th anniversary train card courtesy of Pepsi and Fred Meyer. For tickets, visit mariners.com/train. I'm always getting hit up by my uncle in Arizona, who was a big had American Flyer trains back in the late 50s. He had some HL, but remember those big gauge trains, American Flyers. That's good stuff.
The friends with the huge train sets down in the basement. The dad was more into, I think, than the son.
0-2. Randy win tonight, 0-2. Warming up right now is Jeremy Aflac. Fouled off by Wynn, 1-1. Looking ahead to the Mariners home 7th. Beltre, Sweeney, and Ballantine 2, 3, and 4. Heck of a night here in Seattle with Randy Johnson coming back. Shaun White getting ready just in case. Randy Johnson going 5 1/3. 1 run, 6 hit balls. Walked 3, struck out 7. There's a called strike to win. 1-2.
He did not like it. Thought it was inside.
Randy Wynn, the former Mariners switch hitter. 1-2. Runner at first. In a 1-1 game. The pitch popped up, playable. Coming in Gutierrez. He'll take charge. Inning over. Good pitching by Jason Vargas through 7. A 1-1 game with the Giants. Click it or ticket. Day and night. Dave Sims with Bill Kruger tonight. Mike Flowers with the night off. He'll be back tomorrow. Good ball game. 1-1. Bottom of the 7th. Mariners tied it in the 6th. The run on 3 hits. They left the bases loaded. They sent 7 men to the plate and got Randy Johnson out of the game. Randy, good performance considering, right?
Oh, I thought it was a terrific performance and battled. Had a great slider, struck out 7, and put a great showing on for a big crowd tonight.
38,520 on hand. So Randy Johnson throws season high 115 pitches, 70 for strikes. Here's Adrian Beltre to lead it off. Beltre, Sweeney, and Ballantine against Brandon Metters. Metters came on with the final 2 outs of the 6th inning. Beltre with a walk, a strikeout, reaching on a fielder's choice. Crank to left. Lewis can't get it, gets by him. Beltre digging for 2. And there he is right there with a leadoff base hit here in the 7th inning. Boy, did he hit that hard. He's coming back.
We've seen some improvement the last couple of ball games. Looked like something off speed out over the plate after a first pitch fastball. The ball handcuffs Lewis on the short hop. Got to try to keep that ball in front of you. Gets to the wall, and Beltre scoots in with a double. No, they're going to call the base hit with a
single E7.
Okay.
Chance for Sweeney now. Sweeney 0 for 3. Mariners have had, as you can see, multiple chances. They've left 9 men on and just 1 for the Giants. In tight to Mike Sweeney.
A little situational hitting here. Sweeney understands that. You saw Metters trying to pound the ball inside to keep him from being able to move that ball to the right side. Doesn't mean Sweeney's going to give himself up, but he's going to try and hit the ball hard to the right side. get the runner to third base with less than 2 outs.
Two of the lowest scoring teams in Major League Baseball. Boy, anytime you get somebody to second, it's a big deal. Here's a drive to right. Beltre's going to tag. Wynn sets up. Here's the throw, and Beltre makes it easily. So Sweeney does his job. Runner at third, 1 out. So Sweeney getting attaboys all around the dugout. As we look at tomorrow's matchup, our Comcast pitching matchup, Matt Cain, a bright young pitcher. 4-1. You see his numbers. Garrett Olson, he's moving into the rotation tomorrow because Jared Washburn has, on his left knee, has some issues with that left knee. So he's going to miss his start. So Olson will get his second start as a Mariner. Runner at third, 1 out for Vladimir Valentin. Had a very good at bat against Randy Johnson in the 6th. Single to left on a 2-2 pitch. And fields in close. Strike 1 to Valentin. 1 for 3 tonight. Good homestand. 7 for 21. The 0-1 from Metters. Stopped by Molina.
Golden opportunity. The Giants have their infield in. Basically, you just got to try to stay up the middle of the field here. That's the key. It's much easier to hit a fly ball if you stay up the middle of the field. If you pull, you have a tendency to roll over the pitch, hit a ground ball.
Valentin's ready. A long look by Metters. He's set. Here we go. 1-1. Got him with some heat there. Two.
Really came out of his game plan here. Fastball above the hands. It's not a very disciplined swing. He's got to stay inside the ball, stay up the middle of the field here with 2 strikes, protect against the breaking ball.
The 1-2 to Valentin. 2 down here in the 7th.
Metters going right at him with hard stuff.
Sure did.
Got the strikeout inside, and then went ladder.
Metters' second strikeout. 2 down here in the 7th. And Bruce Bochy with Branyan coming up. He wants to bring in his left-hander, Jeremy Aflac. Nice job here by Metters. 1-1 ball game here at Safeco. Congratulations to Vicky Jo Henry of Spokane, Washington. She won great seats in the commissioner's box for tonight's game, and earlier today was hand-delivered her very own autograph Felix Hernandez bobblehead to take home. Way to go, Vicky Joe. Congratulations. Meanwhile, 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Jeremy Aflac coming on, left-handed. And he'll be going against Mariners' best offensive player, left-handed hitting Russell Branyan.
Aflac got a great arm. Remember him from Kansas City. He's done an excellent job for the Giants. Big arm. You're going to see the ball, 91 up to 96 miles an hour. Pretty good breaking ball. Left-handers have hit him better than right-handers, though. Left-handers hit 375 off him. Right-handers $190. Maybe a function of not too many left-handers facing him, but nonetheless, those are numbers in Branyan's favor.
Phelps been with Kansas City, Colorado, and most recently Cincinnati last year, 1-1 in 74 games. First pitch to Branyan, big breaking ball. This is outside. Branyan tonight. Strikeout, walk, strikeout. Numbers against Mr. Aflac. Lead run at third base. Broken bat, fouled it off his foot. A lot of lumber going to the yard here tonight.
Branyan, he's got to get his bat orders in pretty regular. He gets he's had a great year, but his stuff gets busted up a lot.
Cha-ching, cha-ching. Send the order out. 2 outs, runner at third. Beltre led off the inning. A hard base hit to left. Ball was booted by Fred Lewis out in left field, allowing Beltre to take second. He moved to third. Sweeney came up, fly ball right field. So with 1 out, runner at third. Valentin struck out on a 1-2 pitch, and now Branyan 1-1. Two balls in strike. Jeremy Aflac, the third pitcher this evening for the San Francisco Giants. Giants trying to end a 3-game losing streak. They've lost 7 of 8. 2-1. Check. He did, says Jim Joyce. So Branyan, he's in charge right now, 3-1.
Aflac trying to bust him in. He does have a base to play with here. Let's see what he does. He's been trying to get Branyan on his hands.
3-1 pitch to Branyan. Get 3-2.
It seems to have been the sort of place you can attack Russell above the hands. He struggles with that pitch a little bit, but for the most part, he's been able to keep people down the zone, and he pounds that ball down.
3-2, 2 outs, runner at third, and he's aboard. So Branyan's night, a strikeout, a walk, a strikeout, a walk. It comes with 2 outs, runners first and third for Kenji Jojima. Branyan a couple of more walks tonight. Gives him 18. Trailing only Ken Griffey Jr. on the ball club. Jr. with 21.
You see how the Giants are going to play Jojima. Pretty much bunching him right now. You see the outfielders, whenever they play off the lines towards center, that's we call that bunching, and giving him lines on either side.
Runners at the corners for Kenji with 2 outs. Let's see ball 1. Kenji got a Baltimore chop base hit in the second, struck out in the fourth, walked in the sixth, and it was erased for the third out on a fabulous play by the third baseman Sandoval. Bases loaded, high chopping it down the line. Count evens at 1. 1-1.
Aflac likes his fastball. He'll come after you. See him touching 95 right there.
Also, Kenji likes it middle in. There it is, middle in. Sandoval boots, regains, throws out. Brennan for the force. So another threat by the Mariners by the wayside. They've left 11 men on base. Here comes Mark Lowe.
Game. He handcuffed the Giants. Only one hit. Punches out 7. Had a terrific changeup, but a great feel for pitching. Fastball in, changeup away. Just an outstanding job of pitching. Love this guy's mound presence. He's shown me a lot. He's shown me he deserves to be in the rotation. Certainly did not deserve to be in a game of no decision, but you know, as you can see, Rick Adair appreciative of his performance, and I guarantee his teammates are too.
What a performance. There are the numbers. A 2-hit performance, 1 run, the home run by Rowand. 1 walk against 7 strikeouts, 106 pitches, 68 for strikes. Meanwhile, Mark Lowe takes over. He's our Nissan. Shift to the bullpen. And first pitch off the glove of Bencourt. Stays with it, throws across, got him! He stayed with it. That was the key. Off the bat of Guzman. Good reaction by Uni.
Oh, that ball, the ball kind of came back to him nicely. Guzman, he noses this one up. Well, that's a great athlete to make that play so smoothly. Pick that ball back up after the miss, collect and throw on the run. That's a terrific play by Betancourt.
Star next to that play. 1 out here in the 8th. Here's Richard Really. Just called out on what he thought was a very low strike. It's been a low strike night for home plate umpire Ryan Runge. Richard struck out twice tonight. He was a former pitcher. Bill, you can speak to Mark Lowe. Not as much of a leg kick, coming more straight ahead and getting more MPH on his pitches.
They've got him to speed up and try to break his hands a little sooner, get that ball out of the mitt. That was always a big problem with him. That's why his arm dragged a little bit. May have been why he ended up with some arm problems.
Well, his last time, two appearances ago in the ballpark, radar gun had him at 101.
Yeah, that's letting it go a little bit.
Like he did right there, 2-1 to a really.
I wonder what that feels like. 1-1. But he's been really tough of late, and when he's able to execute the slider, he's going to be next to impossible to handle. But it's just great to see a guy recover from microfracture. His career was in jeopardy.
Painting on the outside at 97. Microfracture is something you never want to have your name in that same sentence.
No, because you're hoping the body can regenerate the cartilage.
There you go.
You know, they're encouraging it by the way they do the surgery, but there's no guarantee.
Low 2-2 to Aurelia with one out here in the eighth. The 2-2. Punches it to Brandon. Bobbles. Low's there. They got him. Wow. 2 heart in your throat plays here for 2 outs.
Here you see Brandon trying to be a little too quick. But he makes the play. Fortunately, the Mariners are really not a swift runner. 2
outs here in the eighth. Fred Lewis is 0 for 2. Struck out, flied out the center.
Giants are really waiting for this guy to get going. Really struggling driving runs in. Not hitting with a lot of confidence.
We were in with Bruce Bochy, and you told him that the Mariner bullpen had been on fire and just bringing nothing but straight gas. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, he was appreciative, wasn't he?
I needed to know that. Well, bullpen, well, you go back to the scorebook. I mean, it has been phenomenal. I mean, Morrow 2 good innings last night. And then you had a couple of nights ago where Batista, Lowe, and Archman just devastating.
Yeah, it's a power lineup. 1 inning, and just about the time you think you got one guy measured, the next guy's coming in.
Well, 2 outs, and he's ahead of Lewis, 1-2. Somebody hearing him for not making a play in the stands. I mean, they're getting hammered. Lowe pitched Wednesday night. Strikeout in his 1 inning of work. He's 1-2 to Fred Lewis. Giants with 2 hits tonight. Rowand's leadoff homer. Sandoval's 1 out single in the 4th. Don Wakamatsu's club needs a run to get the lead here in the 8th, and they can get somebody in here to close it in the 9th. The 2-2. Line drive. Betancourt right there. A 1-2-3, 8th inning. That thing was a rocket. 1-2-3 go the Giants in the 8th. Coming up, Lopez, Betancourt, and Gutierrez in a 1-1 affair.
Brought to you by Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's premier entertainment and dining destination.
The splendor of Seattle on a gorgeous Friday night. 1-1 ball game here at Safeco Field. First of 3 with the Giants. Bottom third of the order against Jeremy Aflac, Lopez, Betancourt, and Gutierrez in a 1-1 game. Mark Lowe pitched a 1-2-3 eighth inning. Now to Lopez, got a big RBI single. Back in the sixth to tie it. Line drive right at Renteria, one out. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Interleague play starting tonight.
Aflac going after these guys with the fastball. These three guys are all middle-in fastball hitters. You saw Lopez line one there. He tries to come in with Betancourt and Gutierrez. Some electricity could happen. There he starts him away, but these guys both can handle the fastball in, these next two guys.
There for strike 1-1. Just joining us, Randy Johnson. Got a fabulous ovation as he left the game after 5 1/3 of 1-run ball, 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 3 walks and 7 strikeouts. 115 pitches, a season high. Rooney flailing away. 1-2. John Wakamatsu's crew 3-4 on this homestand. They're losing 3 out of 4. To the Angels. 1-2 to Uni. Breaking ball. Strike 3 called. He's gone. 2 outs. First strikeout for Aflac came on after Johnson and then Brandon Metters. Gutierrez is 1 for 3. Base hit in the 3rd, reached on an error. Second baseman in the 5th, struck out in the 6th. If he can get something going here, he'll get to Ichiro. He's on deck. David Ardsma getting ready to throw the 9th. He has been outstanding. Good play. Sandoval had a good game at third base tonight. A 1-2-3-8. To the 9th inning we go. Tied at 1. Hang your hat on that. I love it. Manuel Burris, 9-hole hitting second baseman against Mark Lowe in his second inning of work. So Lowe got through the 8th inning, throwing just 10 pitches. It'll be Burris, Rowand, and Renteria. 9-1-2 for the Giants. It's amazing the little adjustment they made with Lowe. Or let me just back up. Is it a little adjustment? I think it is, but you tell me.
Well, it's small,
right.
But I mean, you think about making a change in your golf swing, you can understand that, right?
Absolutely.
And doing it like in the middle of a tournament.
Okay, there you go. Gotcha.
No, they started working with this particular thing in spring training, but again, you're still, right close to the heat of the battle, and when you get in the heat of the battle, it's easy to fall back on old habits.
I'll tell you what, he's learned his lessons. He's been adhering to them. What do you think, the last 5-6 outings for him? He's been lights out. Got Burris 0-2. Oh, bobble job. Kenji held on. It's a strikeout for Mark Lowe. Can't remember the last time I saw a catcher bobble one like that.
You don't see it too often. Here comes the big fastball above the hands.
Nice job. First strikeout for Lowe. One down here in the top of the 9th. Aaron Rowand, 2-1 pitch leading off the game, homered. And that run stood up until the 6th inning.
You're aware of Rowand's ability to hit the fastball. Lowe's been consistently throwing fastballs. That was a slider right there to start Rowand.
Two and 0. That home run got everybody's attention. 2-0. Betancourt, another line drive. It's 5 retired in a row for Mark Lowe. That one was stung. Seattle Mariners baseball on FSN. It's brought to you by Banner Bank. Better ideas, better banking. And by Money Tree. Visit MoneyTreeInc.com for a location near you. Money Tree, choices are good. Dave Sims, Bill Kruger. Here at Safe Grove Field, Mike Flowers with the night off. He'll be back tomorrow. Here's Renteria with 2 down. He is rushing it up there. Strike one. Mariners home 9th. Ichiro, Beltre, and Sweeney. First things first, they got to get Renteria right here. Giants a run on 2 hits. 2 errors. Mariners run on 7 hits. No errors that they have left. Several villages on base. 11 LOBs, times called.
And that's the whole story of baseball, delivering a key hit, hitting at the right time, timely hitting. We can call it whatever you want, crisp.
Perfectly played by Lopez. Mark Lowe, 6 up, 6 down. The offense, they're going to call on Ichiro, Beltre, and Sweeney to win this puppy tonight on a Friday here in Seattle.
gets a base hit off retiring Randy Johnson.
Jose Lopez picks up RBI number 20. That ties him with Brendan for the club lead. 1-1 ball game. That's where we are right now. And Jeremy Aflac will stay on. He came in to get the final out of the 7th inning. Pitched a 1-2-3 8th. And now here in the 9th, it'll be Ichiro, Beltre, and Sweeney. Ichiro, 1 for 4. Got an infield hit in the 5th. Got his hitting streak to 16, and it was his 16th infield hit of the season. Big breaking ball for called strike 1. Ichiro 4 for 17 with a homer. There's Jeremy Aflac. 1-1. Aflac, the third Giants pitcher. Randy Johnson, 5 1/3. Brandon Metters went an inning and a third for Bruce Bochy. Randy Johnson, if you're just joining us, left to a tremendous ovation from the 38,520 on hand. Sure, working the count, 2-1. Get him, won't see him run, right?
Sounds like a good game plan.
Big bender in there for another strike, 2-2.
I'm guessing this is probably Affel's last hitter.
We got Beltre, Sweeney, Ballantine, 3 right-handers. Bobby Howard,
yeah.
Bouncing ball to the second baseman, Barris. Ichiro's retired, 1 down. Here comes Boch. Here's Bochy coming out to get his left-hander. Aflac did a nice job. Adrian Beltre hit the ball hard last time back in the 7th. Let's see what he can do against Bobby Howard when we return.
Just burying it on the back foot. Had right-handers baffled all day long. Rudy pitched terrific baseball in front of an audience that was here to see Randy Johnson. He did not disappoint. And there you see the ovation and his expression of thanks to the crowd. That was a
great moment.
Yeah, it was a great moment, and he hung in there as long as he could. He was taking some deep breaths in the 6th inning and pretty gassed at 115 pitches. But Randy Johnson, a one of a kind. You had to be here to see it. It was pretty incredible.
Season high 115 pitches. Here's Bob Howard. Veteran who's been with the White Sox, the Red Sox, Cleveland, and the last 3 years with the Cubbies. Beltre, 1 out. Beltre with a base hit his last time up. And Alan Carkle, the hitting coach, going over. Got the book on what Bob Howery brings. Beltre's 1 for 3 against him.
Spent some time in the National League when Beltre made the move over to the American League. He's been with the Cubs the last 3 years. One of the top hold guys in the game.
And Alan Carkle coming over from Colorado, so he had seen Howery over these last few years. So 9th inning, 1 out, 1-1 game. In some contest. Let us not forget Jason Vargas. His best outing as a Mariner, 7 innings, 2 hit, 1 run ball.
About as good as you can do right there.
One to strike to Beltre. That's going to be good enough to get in for a base hit. So Beltre coming back. He had 2 hits last night. He's got 2 hits tonight. A 1-out base runner. Alan Cockrell, the book, gave him something to look for. Got what he wanted. Didn't hit it real hard, but good enough.
Howery throws a lot of fastballs and can pitch on both sides. Runs this ball in, but Adrian just strong enough to muscle that ball into the outfield. There are holes out there, Adrian. Maybe the faith is coming back because he's hit some balls hard that have not fallen.
Yeah.
So there is justice.
So it goes in baseball.
Sometimes.
Here's Mike Sweeney. Boy, he did a wonderful job in the 7th inning with a fly ball to right to get Beltre from 2nd to 3rd. 1-1 game, 9th inning. Goes the other way. Burris from his butt. No! Nice slide, Sweeney. Everybody's safe. Base hit, Mike Sweeney.
Hits his ball right on the nose. Burris makes a great play to get it, but look at this slide.
So Sweeney.
There you see Burris flagging it down, trying to throw from his hind side. Really no chance for Aurelia to make the tag. And yeah, smart play by Sweeney. Not too often can you say sliding at first base is a good idea, but I think there it was.
Apropos there, Sweeney will take his leave. Andy Chavez will be the pinch runner. Sweeney with that base hit broke an 0 for 18. So he's had back-to-back quality at bats. Andy Chavez, the pinch runner. The run that matters right now is Beltre. He's got a good set of wheels at second base. Opportunity here for Valentin. Vladimir, 1 for 4, 3 strikeouts. Strike 1 of Vladimir Valentin. 1 out, 2 on for the Mariners.
Well, a giant outfield choked up, playing shallow.
Beltre's the winning run at second base. Valentin trying to get it done against Bob Howery. Goes the other way. Aurelia has 1 play. 2 down. Runners at second and third. Now Russell Branyan. 2 down. And the winning run just 90 feet away.
Remember the dramatic game against Oakland?
Oh, yeah.
When we had the long at bat by Lopez.
Sure.
They passed on Branyan and load him up. And then Lopez delivered the winning hit.
Well, they're going to put up the 4 and open base. And the guy they want is Kenji Jojima.
Looky here.
Ken Griffey Jr. Now that's a counter. That is a counter move.
You know he's been laying in the weeds over there.
To be sure.
And you got an electric crowd, Randy Johnson on one side of it. Why not, huh?
Griffey's going to pinch hit. And this place is going to roar. To be Griffey's first pinch hit appearance here in 09. And he's 2 for 7 against Bob Howard. Everybody's on their feet in full roar here at Safeco Field. The bases loaded, the winning run at third base. Ken Griffey Jr., Seattle icon, back in town. The numbers for Jr. on the season, he's 238, 4 home runs, 10 runs batted in.
But the important numbers are the fact that he's 6 of his last 16 on the homestand, 375. He's been swinging the bat much better.
2 down. Griffey's 0 for 4. Check it, 2 for 7 against Bob Howard. Beg your pardon, 2 for 7. This place is going to go nuts if he comes through here. 2 outs, flash bulbs are popping as per usual, and he comes to bat. First pitch, in tight, ball 1.
Griffey leads his team in walks. Not to try to turn this into a vanilla finish, but he's going to keyhole him and make him throw strikes. He's a very disciplined hitter. He knows what he can handle. And if Howard tries to be too cute, don't be surprised.
Crescendo of noise, 1-0 to Griffey. Going to have to come to him, 2-0. He's going to have to bring it to the big fella.
Howard is a guy with good control. He doesn't walk folks. 13 walks in 70 innings last year. The year previous, 19 walks in 81 innings, 17 walks in 76 innings. He can throw strikes. You're going to have to now.
Bases loaded in a 1-1 game, bottom 9 at Safeco. The 2-0 to Ken Griffey Jr. Swing and a miss.
That's just to get loose. That's just a warm-up swing.
God. Everybody comes armed with cameras to Mariner games this year. It's remarkable. 2 balls, 1 strike. Long look by Howard. He's ready. Here we go. A 2-1 to Jr. There it is. A drive to deep right center field. Going back is Rowand. He makes the catch at the warning track as Griffey puts a charge into it. But it doesn't leave the ballpark. He gave it a ride. We've got extra frames in a 1-1 game. A big Mariner moment here, Bill.
And a pretty good swing, just didn't quite hit it on the sweet spot. You see that classic Griffey swing, and just a little bit back in his swing, didn't quite get the barrel all the way out there. And Rowand, who was playing shallow, had a little bit of a trek to get back to this thing, but caught it on the track to end the inning. That just would have been the perfect script.
Unreal, right? 14 men. That's a third village they've built now with the LOBs. 14 men left on. Giants have one. David Ardsman, who's been outstanding. Closer role. He's going to face Pablo Sandoval, Benji Molina, and Randy Wynn here in the 10th.
Yeah, he's been lights out. Hasn't been scored on his last 9 outings.
Sandoval 1 for 3, and he's played a solid third base today. Another fine performance by Mark Lowe. 2 innings of shutout baseball. Struck out 1. Did have a couple balls hit hard, but they were atom balls. Couple to Betancourt during that stint. Figure Bob Howery's heart was up on his throat when he saw that swing by Griffey, right?
You'd think.
3-0. Molina's on deck. The Giants 11th in hitting in the National League, the 16-team National League, last in home runs, last in walks, 9th in strikeouts, and next to last in runs scored. Pretty much it was into the radio booth with, actually it was the empty booth. It was just to the left of Dave Niehaus and Rick Riggs.
Who says that a 1-1 or this kind of game can't be a riveting, on the edge of your seat kind of game? Doesn't have to be a big slugfest to be exciting.
That's correct. Had one a couple of nights ago, right? The 1-0 win that the Mariners had. They beat the Angels 1-0. Jakubauskas, Batista, Lowe, and Ardsman. And that was off a first inning Griffey RBI single. No scoring the rest of the way. And good stuff the rest of the way, too. 14 men left on base. Been part of the story here tonight for the Mariners. Struck him out. 1 down.
Battled back from a 3-0 count and just said, I'm better than you. Fastball down the middle. Sandoval a little tardy. 95 miles an hour. You got to visit your tuning fork before you go up and face this group. A lot of rushing.
Yeah, good. No doubt about it. And a great way to build a hardcore part of your ball club. You're going to be known for something, and that's pretty good. Molina 0 for 3. They do come right after. Ardsman went 3-0 to his first hitter. Now 0-2, warming up Justin Miller for the Giants. Struck him out. 2 down. David Ardsman.
Boy, this was a heavy 2-seam fastball. After a couple of 4-seamers, this ball just ran in with teeth trying to get in on Molina's hands. And 97.
Had he hit it, it would have hurt like crazy.
Yeah, on a cool night. Ooh. Not that I don't enjoy that or anything.
Wow. As a guy who pitches in the major leagues, you got a delight in watching a guy work like that, right?
Exactly.
Two strikeouts here in the 10th inning. You got to go all the way back. fourth inning. A one-out single by Sandoval, the last Giant hit. Time was called. 2 hits tonight. The Rowand leadoff homer. Sandoval in the fourth. We've had just one base runner. A leadoff walk in the seventh to Renteria. And Vargas left him out there. Vargas fabulous tonight. 7 innings, 1 run ball, 2 hits, a walk, 7 strikeouts. Third straight quality outing by Jason Vargas.
Opportunity is knocked and he has answered the door. He's going to earn some chances.
2-1 now to Randy Wynn. Ardsma, he's got Wynn 2-1, trying to get back in the dugout so the Mariners can swing the bats. It'll be the bottom third of the order. Good to see Rob Johnson back in. Hurt his finger when he had the fingers wrapped around the bat and took one off the index finger. Just blew that baby up. His first 2 fingers on the right hand lost circulation. And here's a high fly ball, short right center field. Ichiro's got it, and Ardsma does his job. How about the relief corps? He continues to roll. That's what their mindset out in the bullpen. A 1-1 game. Here at Safeco Field. Semifinals of the Safeco Field Bracket Challenge are set, so help celebrate the 10th anniversary of Safeco Field by voting for the ballpark's most memorable moment. Watch each clip and vote to send your favorite to the finals. Vote now at mariners.com/bracket-challenge. Dave Sims, Bill Kruger with you. Mike Flowers with the night off. The Mariners in the 9th inning sent 6 men to the plate. They loaded the bases, and then Ken Griffey Jr. flat out deep to right center field. Here's Justin Miller. He is the 5th pitcher for the Giants this evening.
Non-roster invitee. He's done a nice job in the middle for Bruce Bochy.
We'll face the bottom third of the order. Lopez to lead it off. Lopez, Betancourt, and Gutierrez. He led off in the 8th, lined out. The shortstop, they got a strikeout and a ground out at 1-2-3-8. But the 9th was much better. Just couldn't get that run across. And Sean White, we'd seen him about 3-4 innings ago. He was up and throwing. Now he's up again. Lopez fooled on that pitch. And catches the break. It gets out of play.
That's the swing that's been hurting him. They're pulling off the breaking ball. He's got to think up the middle to the right-hand side of the field.
Jose drove in a Mariners only run back in the 6th. Drives one straightaway center field for Aaron Rowand. One out. One out here in the 10th. Seattle Sounders FC. They look to keep pace in a competitive Western Conference. They take on the Colorado Rapids in Major League Soccer action tomorrow night. Coverage gets underway at 10:30 p.m. on FSN and FSN HD. Here's Yurievsky Betancourt. One out.
Oh, my.
Rick Warren, Uni. Caught looking his last time up in the 8th. Skies this one at short center field. Rowand's all over it. 2 outs. Quick 2 outs here in the 10th, and here's Gutierrez. Got Randy Johnson for a base hit back in the 3rd. Hit was since then, 1 for 4. Randy Johnson going 5 in the 3rd, 6 hits, a run, 3 walks, 7 Ks.
Wakamatsu has played his trump card. Bochy still has his closer, Brian Wilson, in his back pocket, although that might not be the guy they want to go to because he's lost 3 of the last 5 games he's been in. But, you know, at some point you got to go for the throat. Doesn't mean that they aren't ample guys out there. Sean White's been terrific, but my impression is it's going to be 1 inning and we're going to see Sean White.
Archman pitch was scoreless. 10th inning, 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts. Two and 1 to Gutierrez. Molina having some kind of conversation. Question about Tucky might have had a question about the count. I got 2-1, and so does everybody else. And been sitting fastball 2-2.
You can do that. That makes you tough when you throw that breaking ball behind the count. Gutierrez sitting fastball all the way right there.
2-2 pitch. Struck him out. Fine relief work by Justin Miller. Mariners are gone in order in the 10th. To the 11th we go 1-1 with Sean White coming on. Bill Kruger, the relief corps, outstanding work over the last 3 innings.
Right-handed gauntlet here. We see the nice recovery by Brandon to get Aurelia. A little 3-1 action. And then Mark Lowe. Too much queso. Hardsma, more of the same. Goes 3-0 on Sandoval. Says, you're not that good. Go above your hands. You're out. And then a sinker with some teeth. 97 miles an hour. 10 straight outings unscored upon David Hardsma.
3 innings of work, 3 strikeouts out of the relief corps. Here's Sean White. White has been outstanding as well. 2.33 ERA. Opponent's hitting just $1.94 against him. He's not the power guy, but he's got good movement on his pitch.
Right, he's got excellent movement. Gets high arm slot, good downward angle on his slider and his sinker.
Guzman to lead it off. It'll be Jesus Guzman, Rich Aurelia, and Fred Lewis. 6, 7, and 8 for the Giants. Mariners have held them to a run on 2 hits. Aaron Rowand, leadoff home run on a 2-1 pitch against Vargas. And the last time they got a base hit was Pablo Sandoval. 1 out in the 4th. Broken bat. Lopez right on the scene. Guzman now 0 for 4. That'll bring up Rich Aurelia. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Rich probably still burning from that second strikeout. He caught looking in the 5th.
Rookie strike zone has been down and it's been pretty lenient.
First pitch from Sean White. 0-1.
I saw Sean White in spring training. He was a noticeably different pitcher. Better velocity, better idea of what he was doing, and sure enough, he's come up here and shown he belongs.
Bouncing ball, Beltran. Fires across, 2 out. This relief corps has been strong.
Talk about heavy, a heavy ball. Those 2 ground outs right there. Those didn't feel real good when they were hit.
That's right. 3, 6, 9, 3.
I guarantee you that.
9, 11 in a row retired by the bullpen. After Vargas went 7 strong. Coming out of the gates. There's Fred Lewis. Strikeout. Fly out the center. Lined out the Betancourt at short. I don't know. First pitch strikes by these relief guys too.
They're coming right at you. John Wetland's got them ready to go.
0-2 to Lewis. Ryan Wilson. His unique style of pair coming in for the Giants from the bottom of the 11th inning.
It's a nice way to put it.
Charitable family entertainment here. He's gone. Dominance of the bullpen continued. Sean White throws a 1-2-3 inning. Home 11th coming up, top of the order. Does that spell some runs? Start there in a 2-1 pitch. He homers, gets the Giants on the board. Lopez, nice job here.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. Got a ball in the inner half, drove it into left field. Got the Mariners even up against a tiring Randy Johnson. And then I think the play of the game, Sandoval with no place to go makes the forced play with bases loaded. And after that, it's just been dominant relief pitching.
Mariners have held the Giants hitters 0 for their last 23. Here's Ichiro to lead it off in the 11th. Bruce Bochy staying with Justin Miller. One for 5 for Ichiro. Infield hit. Bounced out to second his last time up. Folding.
Nice changeup.
Well, we thought we had a moment here in the 9th. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Ken Griffey Jr. pinch hitting for Kenji Jojima, and he launched one, but not far enough. Deep right center field. Rowand caught it in the inning. Ichiro, the last homer a week ago. 3-1. Beltre swinging a hot bat now. Base hits in his last 2 times up. He had 2 hits in his final 2 times up last evening.
See if Ichiro keyholes one here or if he's going to stay aggressive.
Bouncing ball. Barris, 1 out. Back-to-back bounce outs to the second baseman by Ichiro. 1 for 6 night. There's Beltre. Hard single to left. Botched in the outfield by Fred Lewis. He got by him for an E7. So Beltre got to second. Moved to third on the Sweeney fly ball to right. That was part of that 7th inning. The Mariners left 2 on. They've left several platoons on base. $14 LOBs. 1-0 to Beltre. Temperatures starting to drop here at Safeco Field. 1-1 to Beltre. Short center field, right center field, and Rowand moves over to make the catch. 2 outs. Now Indy Chavez will hit for the first time. Here's a pinch runner for Mike Sweeney in the 9th inning. Mike hit a hard ball to the second baseman. Couldn't make the play. It was a base hit. Pinch ran with Indy.
He had a terrific first month and has had a harder time getting on the field.
Seen a lot more of Valentine.
Yes.
Indy Chavez on the season, a homer. 9 runs batted in. Ball and a strike.
A lot of futility hitting, but both these teams impressive on the mound, and that'll serve you well in the long haul.
Good change of pace there by Miller, and he throws his second 1-2-3 inning. Nothing going on with the sticks right now. Scores tied at 1. this is his best game, Bill Kruger.
He was mighty good his first 2 turns, both against Texas and Boston. But today, after that leadoff home run, he dazzled. 7 innings, only 2 hits, only 1 after the home run. Great fastball changeup combination. Just really had these Giants guessing and guessing wrong. Certainly proven that he belongs in the Mariner rotation. He's going to get a lot more chances with that type of pitching.
There's Shaun White. The relief corps has been outstanding. They've retired the Giants in order since the 8th inning. That coupled with Vargas retiring the last 3 men he's faced. There's a bunt attempt. White is on it, and he throws out Burris. 1 out here in the 12th. Giants 11th in the 16-team National League in hitting. The Mariners 9th in the 14-team American League. Home runs, Giants last. Mariners 12th. Neither team walks a lot. Both are last in their respective leagues. And runs
so they're
scored.
mirror images of one another.
They absolutely are. The Giants are 15th in runs scored. The Mariners are 13th. There's Aaron Rowand. The Mariners came in having scored 162 runs. The Giants 154. Line drive, Aaron Rowand on an 0-1 pitch. Base hit. 1 out here in the 12th. First hit for the San Francisco Giants since 1 out in the 4th inning. So that ends an 0 for 24. They go 7 2/3 of hitless baseball. Here's Renteria. Mariners have not had double play turn tonight, nor have the Giants. Renteria 0 for 3 with a walk. Twelfth inning action from Safeco Field. Runner goes. Swung on. Throw by Rob Johnson. And Lopez couldn't make the catch. Stolen base. Stolen base for Rowand, his 2nd of the year.
I was just going to mention that he had only 1 stolen base. He had that feeling that it might be time to take a chance. Got a good jump, and with Shaun White a little bit slow to the plate. Pretty good decision by Bochy and Rowand.
Some Giant fans here making noise. Not near as many as the Red Sox folks who were here last weekend. Here's the 1-1 from Shaun White. 2-1 with Rowand at scoring position here in the 12th inning. Aaron Rowand steals a base. Now White's 2-1 to Renteria.
Been a few years since we've really seen a lot of Aaron Rowand. He's a good player. Boy, he can run him down in the outfield. He's shown power. Stole the base. He plays with the heart on his sleeve too. Yeah. He's a hard-nosed player.
Does a nice job covering some ground in center field. Two and 2 to Renteria. Bouncing ball, foul.
Shaun White continues to pound with that sinker. As well he should. He's got great angle on it. He's got good stuff tonight.
Going against Edgar Renteria.
He stays right down the bottom of that box right there. Good luck.
Renteria's been to Florida, St. Louis, Boston, Atlanta, and Detroit. Now the Giants 2-2. Times called by Rob Johnson. One out here in the 12th. Huge out right here. Beltre will keep the runner at second base. Throws across, 2 outs. Interleague play continues tomorrow night. Mariners and Giants face off. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Live coverage from right here at Safeco Field gets underway at 6:30 p.m. on FSN and FSN HD. There's Pablo Sandoval, one of 3 switch hitters in the lineup tonight. Got that 4th inning base hit. Betancourt, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That should have been a routine get out of the inning, get back in a dugout card, and he flat booted that for his 8th error of the year.
He almost looked like he got a little flat-footed here, Dave, thinking that maybe Beltre was going to come across and take that. That he kind of got back on his heels a little bit, and then Beltre stopped. Not to make excuses for a play that you should make, but it just sort of seemed that way.
It's a routine plays. You just got to gobble them up.
You're right. I mean, I think he's been struggling and thinking, kind of like me from 50 yards in with the 56 in my hand.
Can understand that. Oh, they got him leaning. Almost picked off Sandoval at first base.
That was a pretty good fake third home back to first. You got to take a step toward third. Be careful with that move.
Fly ball left field. Valentine going back, and he's there. And they pick up Uni. Big time. Big time. 1-1 game. Your way, Mariners live immediately following this ball game. Double duty, Bill Kruger and Brad Adam. Going to hear from the Mariners. Randy Johnson talks. Gutierrez talks about the tricks of the trade at center field. Dave Sims, Bill Kruger filling in for Mike Flowers, who has the night off. Mike will be back tomorrow. 1-1 game, and boy, there have been opportunities upon opportunities. And right now, the Mariners are going to send up Valentine, Branyan, and Griffey. check that in Johnson. Beg your pardon. Griffey was replaced by Johnson after the pinch hit effort back in the 9th inning. So here's Ballantine coming up. 3 strikeout night. He's 1 for 5. Justin Miller. He's done a pretty good job here tonight.
Yeah, impressive Giants bullpen. Miller has shown 3-pitch command, really throwing the ball well. Going for that reverse psychology, I hope you realize. It's like the 90% foul shooter that never misses.
Yeah, right.
You bring it up. I want to try to build up Mr. Miller so that he'll maybe give it up here.
Ballantine does have at the top.
Got a little cripple position here, 2-0. Move middle in, try to yank here.
2-0 pitch. 3-0. Miguel Batista, he's been on a good run coming out of the bullpen for the Mariners. Pitch walk. The bunt is in order. You have your big slugger, Russell Branyan, coming up.
Well,
and you get Rob Johnson after him. And Rob Johnson hitting just 206. Pochi is going to come out and make a pitching change.
Yeah, he's going to go left on left.
And you can understand it. 1-1 ball game. Mariners do get the leadoff man aboard with a 4-pitch walk, and Bruce Bochy is going to make a pitching change. He brings in left-hander Pat Mish to go against Russell Branyan.
For the most part, Mish is your long guy, but in this instance, he's going to be the left-handed situation guy. He hasn't had a whole lot of work so far. Finesse guy, more of a sinker, curveball, changeup, not going to overpower you. So it could be a good fit for Muscle. He's going to pitch down the zone, depending on whether or not Muscle's going to swing or move the runners along.
Ballantine with a 4-pitch walk from Justin Miller. Pitched 2 innings plus. A walk, strikeout, give up no hits. Ballantine, pretty good speed. He represents the winning run. Giants on the board, first inning. Lead off the game with a home run from Aaron Rowand. Lopez, an RBI in the 6th. The rest is zeros on the board. Keep this in mind, too, that the Mariners have left 14 men on base to just 3 for the Giants. Felix Hernandez seeing him on Sunday. 38,520. Came out to see Randy Johnson. Tried to get career win number 299. He got a no decision today. Jason Vargas was brilliant for the Mariners. Was pitched to Brandon. Brandon, the Mariners home run, RBI, doubles leader, total bases, runs scored, slugging, and on base percentage leader. Ball and a strike.
.86 miles an hour, so he's not going to overwhelm you. We're going to see some of the other pitches here, I got to believe. 86-mile-an-hour fastball. You're going to have to start breaking in the other elements here.
Keeping Balancine close, but he's barely off the bag. Ball and a strike. 75 miles an hour.
There you go. Big curveball.
Balancine's on first. Leadoff walk. Brandon 1-2 now. There it is, a base hit. Balancine taking a hard look. He's going to go to third, and he is going to make it. Here's Brandon digging for second. He makes it. Second and third, nobody out there in business. 12th inning in a 1-1 game.
As you mentioned, Dave, Balancine is a pretty good runner. Brandon hits the breaking ball hard. Now we'll watch Balancine. He reads the baseball, turns, picks up the third base coach. Very nice job of running the bases. And what the Mariners know and what third base coach Bruce Hines knows is Randy Wynn is a poor throwing right fielder. In fact, he doesn't even belong in right field. He can't throw at that position, so they all know that.
Bruce Bochy coming out now. You see, I think that Dave Righetti, the pitching coach, infield is in. He's going to have a conference with the infield. Rob Johnson's the hitter. And Rob, you mentioned, coming off that finger injury. Remember, he tried to bunt earlier last week. Wound up missing some time. Took the bunt, took the pitch right on his first two fingers. Lost circulation. He had to sit out for a while. He hasn't played. That's now 5 days ago against the Angels. 1 for 2 on the homestand. And Rob Johnson has two sacrifices and 1 sac fly on the season. This is his 21st game. Came on as the catcher. Ken Griffey Jr. pinch hit in the 9th inning for Kenji Jojima. Infield up, outfield up, nobody out. Winning run at third.
More times than not, you'd have the walk here to load the bases. I think they're going to see if maybe they can strike out Johnson, being that he is a 200 hitter, because they got pretty good hitting. Of course, the Mariners have pretty good hitting behind their Lopez, Betancourt, Gutierrez.
He struck out 19 times.
So I think that's the case. Now, if they lose the count here, he's probably going to put him on.
Struck out 19 times and 63 at bats. The 1-0. Count evens at 1-1.
Curveballs for strike, fastball for show. That'd be my guess.
1-1. Balancine at third, the winning run. Two balls, 1 strike.
3 curveballs in a row.
Pat Mish in a big-time jam. Miller gave up a 4-pitch walk. Mish gives up a 1-2 pitch, a base hit for Brandon. Second and third, nobody out. 2-1. And I think, Bill, you made the right call.
And he's not going to throw a fastball for a strike. It's going to be another curveball.
3-1 to Rob Johnson with the winning run at third. The on-deck hitter's Jose Lopez. Ish comes set to 3-1. There's the curveball. He's aboard. A good call, Bill. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Maybe he would make a mistake. And now you have the force situation. Bases loaded for Lopez. Crowd coming to its feet.
And as we've seen, this is where Lopez shines. He's obviously been struggling this year, but boy, in these close and late situations with the game on the line, all of a sudden things come to find focus for Jose Lopez.
He won that 15-inning game against Oakland. 5-hour-plus affair. He's got a chance to do it again. Bases loaded, nobody out. Infield up, outfield up. The pitch to Lopez. Down low, ball one. A walk, base hit, and a walk. Loaded him up. There's your situation. Valentin, Branyan, and Johnson, the base runners. The one net counts. The winning runs Valentin at third. Nobody out. There it is. Long drive, deep left field. In fact, it's off the fence. That'll be a game-winning RBI for Jose Lopez, and the Mariners win it 2-1, and they're going to pound Jose Lopez. Great job tonight by the Mariners. They win another extra inning affair. They do it in 3 hours and 55 minutes. Bill Kruger, pleasure.
It was a pleasure day of a battle of attrition, but very exciting. And a great Mariner win. The right guy at the right time, Jose Lopez.
7th win in the month of May for the Mariners. They go to 7-14. For the season, they go to 20-23.
Kind of went fastball on Lopez, good middle-in guy. He pulls a quick trigger, pounds his ball over the drawn-in outfield. No doubt about it. Just a question whether it was going to leave the ballpark. And a great night at the ballpark. The Mariners win. And again, Jose Lopez, he's going to be a little sore.
He drives in both runs, and he retakes the team RBI lead.